Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What it do?
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I already know what it is. It's the post-game report. We got Dallas. We got Golden State. It's going down. We got a star-studded panel. The chat is star-studded. I see everybody in the building early. We ain't even get started yet. Salute to everybody. What's going on, Zen Master? Talk to the people. We live. We got ourselves a tight one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We were just covering this over on NBA. Old boy was at Master. Then we saw the flag and jumped ship and came over to the mothership. So this has been a contest. Flight. I expected this series to be over in 4. I see no reason to think it won't be. Golden State is just outclassing these dudes. And it's just a matter, it's like watching Kid Austin fight somebody he ain't supposed to be fighting. That's really what this is. It's like It's like what happened last night. This is a 6-round TKO.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even know you were live. If I knew you were live, I would have definitely turned and went over there.
Oh, no, it's cool.
I ain't got the bell. I must not get a notification. I ain't get a notification.
I set it up early and just I wasn't even sure if I was going to do it, to be honest. But no biggie. We always happy to come over here. Instead, we're trying to build your channel. NBA with Old Boy with Zen Master can wait.
Nah. Like I said, you'll grow here too. I mean, shout out. We got all access. What's the deal, Dex? We got ourselves a good one.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV. Shout out to the panel. And, of course, my illustrious brother, Zen Master, who has the best production as far as amateur-wise that I've seen on YouTube thus far.
Thank you,
listen, you're rivaling Skip Bayless.
Man, this green screen
Skip
shit
Bayless,
is difficult, man. I'm struggling with this green screen stuff, man. It's tough. I'm not gonna give up, but it's tough. I'll put it that way.
Yes, and shout out to the chat. We appreciate you for coming in and night out. I know we don't have a specific time that we like roll it out, but you're here, and that is deeply appreciated. Also, I want to shout out to everybody that's rocking with Flight Sports TV via medium of whatever medium that you're watching it from, TV, phone, laptop, iPad, or whatever. Shout out to you as well.
That's the beauty of podcasting, Dex. You don't need a schedule.
Right, and your viewership is not taken for granted, nor is it taken lightly. We here at Flight Sports TV, we try to give you what you need, and what you need, we're willing to give.
Yeah, I remember the first time when Zen came on the panel. Shout out. What's good, Marquez?
Chilling. This game is atrocious.
We got a good one.
I'm just tired. I'm frustrated.
Dallas pissed this one.
They're cracking it open.
It's like the Warriors is just too good.
They're outclassing them.
It's like I stopped watching the game. It's like they got them. Like the Warriors are officially back.
Yeah, they was never going to be gone for long.
They was never going to be gone. And if you think I'm sorry, Zen.
I disagree.
I'm
Continue.
sorry, Zen and
Continue. I
Pando, but
disagree.
let's be real. Let's be real. Golden State is going to beat the winner of the Celtics game and the Heat game, no matter what. That's just what it is.
I ain't gonna succumb to
No,
that.
no, no,
And I
no.
got
Yeah,
nothing
I,
but
dis-
No,
love
no,
I
for the Warriors,
disagree. I
but nah,
no,
disagree
no,
as
man.
well. I disagree as well.
no, no. I'm saying it. Well, that's a good thing about our opinions. Everybody got one. So my
Yes,
opinion
sir.
is the Warriors are going to be NBA champions again.
Salute to Brave Kingdom. Brave, I just wanted to say before you go in, man, you know this is now the third richest franchise in the NBA, and they own that building in San
That's
Francisco.
right. That's right.
They ain't going nowhere.
Okay. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Here I am,
Mm,
the original player from the Himalaya. Listen. Okay. I will agree with you. This is the things I can agree with you. Yeah, the Warriors are on a championship run. They
okay.
have to they have to finish this series and then they'll do their thing. They definitely on a championship run. That's the truth. I agree on
Okay.
that. Number two, I also agree on. I also stated that the Warriors should win this series, only because,
Absolutely.
like I said, man, people may not like me for it, but I said Luka has too much similarities to James Harden. Now, Luka is young, so there's room for improvement, room for growth. Yes, he is balling his ass off. Luka is doing his thing, but there's too many similarities to James Harden, and
Including body type.
that type of game style. I don't think it forms you where it gives you over the hump. And I don't know, just Kobe. Kobe saying to James Harden that unless he changes what he does, ain't gonna win a championship. It's just the same reason I'm saying that Luca. Now,
Won
Good
the
point.
championship.
Luca's always gonna look good because he reminds me of Kevin Durant. I mean, not Kevin Durant, James Harden. He's gonna score 60 and 50 and 45 and dramatic numbers. Luca will be taking a jump shot off of one leg, or whatever he's gonna do.
Flash.
So he's gonna look good.
Yeah, he
But
flashy.
James Harden looked good too. But look where that headed him to. Get what I'm saying? Listen, the Warriors are a very surprising team. I think nobody saw them going really deep like this, or even making the playoffs. Because just if you really think about what the Warriors is as, because you saying that the Warriors was not gonna are back and stuff, I really have to disagree on that because that my man Curry, my man, I don't know if you know this, but he's older. He's working on his golf swings. What's his name? The boy Draymond. That gray is growing more white and white, man. That beard. So I can't say they're back because the only person I can see still playing for the next 4 or 5 years, maybe, is Clay Thompson. But
Whoa, Ray,
He ain't
bro,
even a factor.
Ray,
bro,
when he's saying they're
bro.
back, he's
Hold
not
on, hold
talking
on, hold
about
on, hold
back
on,
for
hold
the
on, hold on,
next
hold on, hold
5
on,
years. He's talking about
hold on,
this
hold on,
season, bro.
hold
Let's
on.
keep it in
Shout out to the
context. We know what
panel.
he
Shout
meant.
out to the
this
chat.
season, with them
Shout out
numbers,
to the
Yeah,
panel.
that's
them
Shout out
exactly
to
numbers
the
what
is
he
not
chat.
meant.
that
Let's
cute.
keep it in context.
Them numbers
Fresh
is not
Believe is
cute.
here. Hold on.
And they're in the Western
Ray,
Conference
what are you
Finals,
talking
about to
about
be
right
up
now?
3-0.
I
I
sat here
agree. I
listening
agree.
to
They're
Ray.
on the
So they're back.
championship.
Nah,
You're
nah,
you're
So
nah.
they're
you're, you're
back.
Hold
trying
on, hold on,
to
hold on, hold on, guys.
you're
Hold on,
trying.
guys.
Listen, you're
Hold
trying
on,
to
hold on, hold
you're
on.
trying to come
Ray,
at
I
me
sat here
as
and
if I'm
listened to
not. I didn't
you
agree in that. I
cap
didn't agree.
like this. Ray, what's going on? Why are you
What part?
capping
What
like
part?
this on
What
the
part did? What part did I cap about?
bro? You say, and I quote, nobody didn't think the Warriors would be here right now.
No, I didn't. I didn't say they're going. I
You
said
just
no,
said
no.
that.
I
Soon as you
said
said that,
nobody thought they
soon
was
as you
going
said
to.
that, I clicked the
Hold up,
button. I'm like,
hold
wait,
up,
what is he
hold up.
talking
What I
about?
said was, I said nobody thought they're going to get deep like this.
What, bro? First of
Cut
all,
it out.
remember, bro.
Y'all did
Nobody
not
thought
know
they
the
would
Warriors
what?
were going to go this deep.
What, yo, bro? We
A lot of
all
people was just
said when
finished saying
Klay
the
Thompson
Suns.
come back, bro,
Dude,
nobody
a
wasn't
lot. You know how many
stopping the
people was just
Warriors.
finished saying the Suns? Don't lie. A lot of people
Who?
just saying the Suns.
Who? That's
Ooh.
bro.
A lot
That's
of people.
whoever was saying the Suns.
Ooh.
But bro, don't do that to Dub
Oh
Nation,
my
bro.
God, bro.
Don't do that to Dub Nation, bro.
Listen,
Suns
Rave,
wasn't a bad
I
pick.
don't know
They
what
had the
narrative
do
core
that
you
in
be
the
to Dub
NBA.
pushing,
Nation,
They
bro.
wasn't a bad pick. Come on now.
I don't know what narrative you be pushing, Rave.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. Come on, bro. Don't be bro. You see these boys. Bro. Remember last season?
Y'all niggas had the
They
Spurs.
barely made it out. They was gonna make it to the playoffs. John Morant, they whatever, and they took them out, whatever the case may be, and they didn't make the because they were into playing. But we all seen this coming, right? We all seen this coming all season.
I totally. This is why I disagree, because I
We
saw.
thought it was gonna be.
I saw
we
a
thought it was
Clay.
gonna be-
I
we
saw.
thought it was
Rave,
gonna be
I
the
don't
Warriors
understand how
and the
Rave. How
Suns.
do you
You could
how
say
do you not see
we
the
never
Warriors
seen the
being
Mavericks
good, but
gonna
you
be
see
here.
the Bulls making the finals?
You could probably say we
Like
never
what?
seen the
Okay,
Mavericks
What
being
glasses
here.
are you wearing that you
Okay,
can make these assessments?
Before I even criticized the Warriors, I gave them credit. All right.
No.
They
We're
got
not
throwing
about
credit
that.
at me.
We're talking
Listen to
about
me.
you
Okay,
saying
I said they're on
they're
a
number
championship
2.
run. The only reason they surprised me because of these things. Klay Thompson was coming off an injury. Steph Curry's getting older, and his
Rave,
shooting.
you were the only
Come
one
on, bro.
bashing him for
Okay,
Yeah,
that.
you're
yeah,
the
and
only one doing that, bro.
Even
He
if
was the
Nico
only
was here, he would
one.
tell you. Okay, if Nico was here, and a lot of Warriors
Yeah,
fans would
Nico
tell
is
you,
probably gonna be ducking the
a
smoke
lot
right
of
now.
Warriors fans, a lot of dudes who watches the Warriors will tell you how Stephen Curry been throwing them out against them games, boy. Like they love
Man,
him.
we
But they
all
They
was
know
love
balling
Stephen
Stephen
Curry
before
be
Curry.
Clay
throwing
came
away
back,
games
though.
Listen,
sometimes, bro. But it's not.
listen, bro. Y'all,
No, hold
y'all
up.
He's
just,
not
This
gonna
this
do
why
that.
you wrong though, because they was balling before Clay came back. Clay was a
Right.
hindrance when he first came back. He
Right.
for
slowed
sure.
him
Oh
down.
yeah. Clay was having some bad games for sure.
He
Right.
was
So
slowing
where
him
we
down.
at? And then remember Curry got
I said
injured.
Curry. I didn't say Clay. I said Curry.
Yeah,
Clay,
but you said Clay was the only one that you could see, and he was coming off the injury, and you thought you
No.
didn't know if
That's
he
not
would
what I
be
said.
good
That's not what
enough.
I said.
But they was winning without Clay.
No, I said I
and let's keep in
saw.
mind we don't got Gary Payton
Okay,
Jr.
y'all
out
have
there
to.
neither.
Okay, hold on. I guess I have to re-say this because y'all misconfusing the words.
I can't believe
Nah,
that's
Said
gonna
the
be
only
taken
reason it
serious.
I
became
just
a
can't believe you just
surprise to
talking.
me
I
Yo,
think you just
Rave,
how
you be
good
end this
they
tap
topic,
were
dancing
bro.
around
is
everything, bro.
because
It looks like there's an injury with Curry.
look at that. He's older. He's getting injured, bro. I'm
He's
trying to tell you,
always
the man
been
is
injured,
34 years
Rave.
Oh,
old.
What
come
the
on,
hell are you
bro. Come
talking
on.
about?
Don't do
Oh
this,
my
bro.
God,
Come
bro.
on,
Don't
guys.
Rave, don't do that.
It's hard to
Don't do
it's
that,
hard
bro.
it's
If
hard to
anything, we was
Everybody
gonna
explain.
gets
say the
injured.
Warriors and the
It's
Suns was
hard
gonna
to
be here.
it's
Then you could
hard to
Who
probably
paying
explain.
you
argue
to
maybe the
slander the
Suns was gonna
Warriors?
beat the Warriors. You could
It's
probably say
hard to
that.
explain to
God,
people
bro.
when all they see
Don't
is
do that.
success. I can't
Everybody
wait.
gets
Okay,
injured,
I'll
Rave.
wait till they're okay.
Young players too.
All right.
As age
I'll talk
really has
about this when
nothing
their
to do with
season's
it
over. I'll
anymore.
tell you why. 'Cause
Okay, I got a question. Okay, this would
So,
settle this. Okay,
Reggie
listen.
Bullock down.
In the
Reggie Bullock
beginning,
must be old as dirt.
of the season, who had the best record in the NBA for the first 15 games?
The Warriors, Suns.
the Warriors?
Yeah,
No, it
Warriors is
wasn't.
up there. Warriors is up there with
It was the Warriors. No, it wasn't.
the Bulls. The Bulls had a
I don't see
good
the
first 15
Bulls.
games. It was a lot
The
of
Warriors.
teams that was on a good run that in the first 15 games.
No, the Warriors
Yeah.
were smoking the NBA. Remember, they was like
See
13-2 or something like that.
Yeah, they was
Suns or
definitely
Bulls.
up there too. That's what I'm saying. Like, what do
Yeah, it
you?
was either Buns or Suns or Bulls.
No, it was. It was the Warriors by far. They had the best
That's what I'm
record.
trying to say, bro.
And then the
That's what I'm
Suns came
saying.
up on them once. I think Curry got hurt because remember, in the
Come on, bro.
absence
He's
of
capping, bro.
Klay Thompson, they came out
Rave, I'm very
smoking
disappointed
everybody.
in you right now, bro. I'm very disappointed in you with this tape, bro. I was just listening to the tape, like I was playing my game, listening, like, all right. And then I'm really listening to you really go. I'm like, yo, bro, what is nah, he's capping.
You're not listening because you only
He
see.
was disrespecting the Warriors
You're
and
not.
Curry on another level.
Listening.
And they're in the Western Conference Finals right now.
About to sweep these.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, like what are we talking about right now?
Exactly. More of a reason why you can't hear nothing out of your earlobes because all you see is them in the West Conference doing their thing. Which I totally added credit to
that. They was literally number 2.
Okay. I can't wait.
West.
Okay, so when their season's over, we'll have a conversation so you can actually listen because dudes will never listen if someone's having success. If that nigga, Kevin Durant is busting his
But
ass.
how does him lose? How do them losing prove what they're saying?
Let me tell you something, Belize.
Like, I don't get it.
I told everybody, Brooklyn, listen. I told Brooklyn they ain't shit
No,
everybody
Rave,
was there because
I
it was
need you
balling.
to
Okay,
answer the
okay,
question.
I'm wait
How
till
do
more
them
season's done so I
losing
can talk to
prove
y'all.
what you're saying?
Let me have a conversation. I have a conversation when they're done.
So if they lose in the finals, they had a bad season. Is that
No,
what you're
I
saying?
actually could talk to you. You can actually listen.
I could listen now. I'm
You
Rave,
listening
can't. You
now.
we've been
can't. You
listening
clearly
to you for
can't.
5 minutes
You
already.
clearly
Hey,
can't. You
hey,
can't
give
hear, bro.
Rave.
You
Let's
can't hear,
give
bro.
Rave the floor for 5 minutes.
No,
We
I'm good.
just did.
We had the floor. That's why I
Hey,
came in. I was
the
listening
other
to
night,
it.
Reeves said Curry get benched. Then when I play him the audio, he said he ain't
It's
see it.
okay. It's all
So that's
But
good.
wait,
why
wait,
I
wait.
don't even know
Time
why
out.
he
Time
been
out.
entertaining us.
Hold on.
Bro,
Hold on.
they're not. I'm telling you,
But
it's all good. It's
Ray,
okay.
hold on one
It's
second
okay.
though.
All good,
Give me
bro.
1 second. I just want to
It's
approach
all
Dex on
good. We're
something.
gonna talk about it later.
I just want to ask Dex. I want to
Talk
approach
about it
Dex on
later.
something. Yo, Dex, you
Talk
around?
about it later, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. I remember we was talking, right? We was like, me and the kid from New York, I forget his name. My fault for the chat and the panel for that. But we was talking and we were saying that nobody wear jerseys and all that in New York no more,
Oh yeah, I think that was
right?
Anthony
Yeah,
King.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember that.
You
I
remember that
remember that.
conversation? And then that conversation, right? And I named a couple jerseys that is a must have, whatever.
Yes.
You remember all of that, right? On this day, I promise you, I can never lie to you, Dex. Yesterday was Saturday, right? Yesterday was 90 degrees in New York, right? I was
Yes.
literally walking, right? And I look up, bro. I see a dude in a white Tracy McGrady jersey, bro. I had to take my phone out and record him, bro. I promise you. I was like,
Word.
yo, bro, I do not even have him on Instagram to send this him because he would not believe that. Like, that's how real it is. Ain't that
Wow. And
crazy?
you did name that jersey.
Bro, that was
You named that
crazy.
jersey
I was like, yo,
as a
bro,
must
that's
have.
crazy. He's a must have. Like in New York, you still rock our jerseys, like respectfully. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Maybe because you thought it. I mean, since it was winter for so long, nobody was like really just
Nah, I understand that, but I'm saying when it's hot, like people do pop out in jerseys, and if they gonna come
Of
out
course.
in a jersey,
Right.
it's certain jerseys you wear. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you come out,
Right.
that's what I was making
Exactly.
that point. So when I seen it in real time, it was like, bro, there's no way, like I can't, like I had to, like he didn't realize, but I was like trying to record it, like, you know, because that's mad weird. I'm just recording a nigga walking
Yeah,
like
that was crazy. Yeah.
like,
But yeah, but Golden State they shot out the cannon in the opening of the season, and then Phoenix just happened to walk them down. And then when the injury bug struck them, then of course Memphis,
Memphis picked
ended
up,
up
right, and then
right.
Memphis
Memphis
injury
picked up,
dropped,
yeah.
right? Come
But
on,
a
right,
lot of
right,
people
come
had
on.
Golden State. A lot of people had Golden State in the thick of things. They never had wrote them off,
Right,
and they were somewhat surprised that they shot out the cannon the way they did without Clay, and
right.
they just imagined what the hell Golden State is going to be when Clay gets back healthy.
Because
Exactly. Thank you, Dex. Thank
even
you.
that season when LiAngelo Russell was there, they was playing decent basketball. Respectfully, as a Warriors fan, if you watch, you understood that Clay was out. You know, they just lost Kevin Durant, blah blah blah, and then they end up trading him at the deadline for Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? And that you seen how that fit because we seen all right now they're gonna get Clay back, and you kind of seen the play style like of how they play. Like I'm not saying Wiggins is, no Kevin Durant, but he's, a poor man's version of it, respectfully. Like you would say that, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like a Harrison Barnes, respectfully. Like, so it fits in their play. So it like I never seen it for like that's why for you to just say like we all know Curry have bad games. We all know, but to say like just to say they wouldn't be here, like that's crazy, bro. Like that's Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, you can. Yeah, all the way. I didn't see Dallas
Curry,
being in the Western.
Curry with the three. Oh no, it's Clay with the three, right? That was Clay.
Yep.
You know?
Nice three. That was so sweet. I thought it was Curry.
Yo, I got another
But
one for you, bro. Hold on, my fault.
Luka. Who was that dunked that ball right there?
I got another little random
Cleaver?
one for you guys today, right? So,
Oh, that's Luka. Huh?
shout out to my Rangers. Shout out to the Rangers. They was playing against the Carolina Hurricanes. We took care of them today. You know, we in the series 2-1 now. You know, we play again on Tuesday. But right, I just want to say this part because this part was real funny. So today, right, we was at the game, whatever, right? And the Carolinas, the people in the Carolina jerseys was in there, right? And, we take that like we violating them. We don't rock with Carolina. We violating, right? And I'm like, wait, hold on, guys, hold on. LaMelo's in Carolina though. You know, he in Charlotte. We still rock with them a little bit. everybody literally said, yeah, you right. LaMelo get a pound. Yo, bro, I cannot make this up, bro. In real time, bro. Yo, bro, they fuck with LaMelo, bro. I'm telling you, it's just crazy, bro. It's crazy how this world works, bro. But I just had to throw that out there again for my panel.
Yeah, and also that back on that Golden State tip, I think they're up by 10 right now. Luka just finished with a dunk, but Golden State had a horrible season last season, based on injury. Because even though they were so injury riddled with Draymond going down towards the end, Clay, we already know what happened with Clay for the whole season, and I think
But they still
somebody else
managed to
went
make the
down for them.
play-in, though.
Was it
But they
Looney?
still made the play-in.
They still made the play in.
Right.
That's what I'm
Wiseman.
saying. They still made the play in,
Wiseman.
even though they lost. Even
Even
though
though
they
they
lost,
lost. Right.
you know what I mean. But they still made the play in, and Curry was kind of getting criticized because they was like, well, he can't rock a team by himself into a playoffs like a Westbrook. Remember how Westbrook
Right.
had
And
that Oklahoma City
and
team,
then he won the
and he was getting
scoring title
criticized.
last season, too.
Say that again.
And didn't Curry win the scoring title last season?
You know what? I don't even know. I don't even know.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe he won it at the end of the game.
Okay.
No.
At the end. Yeah, at the end.
No, he didn't. Bradley Beal won it at the end. My
Right.
fault.
Okay.
Bradley
Yeah.
Beal did win it at the end. My fault. He did. Curry came
But yeah,
in second, though.
but remember, he was getting criticized heavily because they was talking about what can he do without Clay and Draymond, Curry's average, and all those type of things of that nature. But nevertheless, you knew once they got their talent aggregated again that it would be something to reckon with come the following season.
And let's not act like Curry ain't break the 3-point record this season. Like, come on, the Warriors had a great season, and they deserve to be where they're at, and they're really showing it. That no-look pass got Luka in his bag.
But you know what I wanted? You know what I wanted to mention? Slim Can Hoop had brought up all of the basically the contracts that are coming to an end, and he mentioned that Wiseman is in his extension year, right? I mean, he's going to get into his extension year. Do they keep Wiseman? Because he hasn't even played really, right? So do you give him an extension? Do you trade him? What do you do with James Wiseman?
Hey, Curry did win a scoring title
That's an
last
early
year.
question.
He did win the scoring title last year?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, my boy.
Well, I mean, I got the Warriors winning this series, so I said that before.
Wow. Makes it worse, Rave. Come on, bro.
I didn't mix the words. I've been said it. I said it every stream.
No, we're not. Listen. What do we do with Wiseman? What do we do with Wiseman? Do Wiseman stay? Do Wiseman get an extension, or do they put him on the trading blocks?
I say at this point, you keep him.
Depending on what you're doing with Looney.
I think this just proves that whole narrative of Golden State needs a center. I think it's fake. Like, I'm sorry. Like they was winning. They was being successful with who? JaVale McGee. Like they never needed like a top draft pick at center. They just needed somebody who could buy into that role and be a perfect role player.
Yeah, they had like Bogut
rebounding and rim.
Look at who they did. I'm sorry.
It's the Warriors.
Jordan Bell. Right? They had Jordan Bell too. Like they never really needed these elite centers.
So what if you the Warriors, right? And you the Warriors, would you consider trading Wiseman for like a Gobert?
I mean, of course, if you could get him, but I don't think so.
But would you consider something like that? I think Utah would consider something like that.
But see, just like y'all saying, they don't really need a center, so you paying Gobert all that money to be rebounding a rim protector.
Play half the court on defense because he can't guard the perimeter. I'm good.
But I feel like that would just strengthen their team, kind of like what they did with the Kevin Durant thing, in my opinion.
Has Wiseman played this year?
Nope.
Golden State has brought the league down to 86, 78. So Wiseman go? I mean, if I was going to say, I'm trading him.
If I'm going to State, I'm keeping him, and I'm just going. We don't need him anyway. But then if he blooms and get healthy and
Poole
could be
with the 3.
something, then you just But I'll say wait his contract out. I don't say give him the extension. Just wait his contract out.
I say keep him.
Yeah, I say keep him. Unless you're getting like a Gobert or something like that, like a Bam or something, like you know what I mean, something on that type
They
of
don't
level.
need a center though. That's what I'm saying. I'll get a
Wiseman's
nice
not
ass small forward.
Luka
Like that.
answers with a 3.
Wiseman is barely a center.
How am I gonna give you a 3-time DPOY for Wiseman?
Wiseman could be respectfully like a Joel Embiid to me. That's who I see his potential going.
I ain't seen nothing.
In college, he was alright.
That was 2 years ago.
That's fair enough.
What have you done for me lately? What have you done?
Like,
Dallas down by 8
I'm really
with the
seeing Greg
ball.
Oden vibes with him though, but
that is more of a reason why you keep him. Because
they already invested so much money in him, you might as well.
You gave up.
You
basically gave up LaMelo
for him. You ain't getting nothing for him.
You basically gave up LaMelo for him. That's
you
how
keep
I look
Wiseman because you prepare for the future. Poole is playing amazing. They got that draft pick or somebody. I forgot his name.
Dallas has made 3 attempts at the bucket, didn't make it, but they got the rebound every single time.
Right.
Wiseman
but they
was
don't
the
need a
big
center,
draft
right?
pick. So Poole was a leftover.
The Mavericks, the Warriors should be focusing on the future soon. Wiseman might as well be a part of it because they ain't getting no trade value. He ain't valuable enough to get some pieces for him. You might as well prepare him for the future. They got a guy in Jordan Poole, and these guys are about to step up and be a part of the future Warriors, especially with Draymond growing that gray hair and Curry as well.
Wiggins is playing outstanding defense on Luka, making it very difficult for him.
Warriors.
Did Grandma have a
who?
medical issue, or did she call somebody a bad name?
Warriors, Wiggins. I really believe in Wiggins. I believe in his offense. He's like 25, maybe.
Wiggins is 25.
Like 25, 26, maybe.
Really? Let me look. Yeah. Wiggins been around for a minute now.
Yeah, he gotta be.
Wiggins been around for a minute, bro.
You gotta be like 20. I want to say like 26.
25 or 26.
Yeah, like 25, 26, right? Maybe 27.
He's 28. He's 28. He's 28.
Oh, wow. Okay. But yeah, he came in with Randall, Julius Randall, and all of them.
Nah, Jabari Parker.
2015.
That's who he came in with.
Yeah, Julius Randall came in that year too. Julius Randall, Aaron Gordon, all of them. Those are all of them mixtape YouTube guys. I was rocking with them.
Yeah, Wiggins could be part of the future for sure.
What's with Jordan Poole with the wide open air ball?
Because he's going into his prime now.
He's part of the immediate future, if anything.
Yeah. Like right now.
And right now and within the next 3-4 years.
I told him, man, these words, but get ready for the future. These niggas don't want to listen. Them boys getting older.
But they're in their future now, though.
Curry, but that's for every team that's getting old. I mean, that's not no hell of a thing to say.
But now, even with Curry, right?
Golf clubs, bro.
But like even with Curry got a solid 4 years right now.
No, they don't.
This is where I disagree with Rave. Rave sees all of the skills that Steph Curry has, and he refuses to admit that he can't play a role like JJ Redick.
Right.
He really
exactly
refuses to think he could play like that.
And he already showed you he's not the type to worry about.
Okay. See, I want to make a 4-year bet that he don't play. Okay, we can make a 4-year bet.
Rave, I'm not changing you 4 years from now, bro. What the fuck are we doing?
He don't play for 4 years, bro. I'm sorry.
He's shooting 5 for 10.
I'm not gonna chase you down 4 years from now.
They're double teaming Luka. Luka's making a pass.
On Fight Sports TV.
And now Dallas is down 6.
Not with these takes.
Dallas is down 6.
He said, "Now with these takes, you have to start having revoke cards, right?" But even if you say right, but you could confidently say LeBron James got another 4 years in him.
No,
not even Curry.
If he wanted to be a role player, yes.
You could say
If he
LeBron got
wanted to be a role player, yes, he could.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if he wants to ride the bench, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Like what Rico said, he's gonna ride the bench.
That's what I'm saying. You're acting like he can't play like a 12 minutes a game doing what JJ Redick does.
Curry's on the free throw line.
Like, I don't get it, Ray.
The man
Like,
that you got is trying to send to
Andrew
oblivion.
Wiggins, y'all. Andrew Wiggins, y'all.
Andrew Wiggins, the future. That's the guy. That's the guy.
Whoa.
Yo, can you imagine if LeBron wasn't such a hater and he like really let Andrew Wiggins be the face of Cleveland with Kyrie Irving? Oh man, that'd have been nice.
Well, how LeBron's a hater because he had won a winning team.
Here we go. My fault, guys. I gotta chill, guys. I gotta chill. My fault. I be really dogging LeBron. I be forgetting people really rock with him like certain stuff. My fault, guys. Let me just. My fault.
Hey, you're not alone, my guy. I'm a dog him too, bro.
It's okay.
Like,
He wanted a legitimate reason. Like, you can't blame the rookie. So he had to get an established all-star player.
I know, but you see me with the LeBron thing, right? Like but I just don't like that he does that. He does that. He did it again when he went to the Lakers. Like
but he in the abundance of winning championships. You understand? If he don't do anything,
I'm sorry.
You remember his first 7 seasons in Cleveland?
I'm sorry, bro.
What championships are you talking
do it
about?
to the players I like. That's all. That's why. My fault, bro.
When he going to Miami, he win 2
Wiggins
championships. He come back to Cleveland, get 1 championship. He going to LA, get a championship. What do you mean with championships?
He went to LA and got 1. He went to
ever
Cleveland
since
and got
he came
1.
to LA. We're talking about
He get 1 championship when he come to LA.
Like I said, LA. I don't know what championship.
Look, I'm just gonna talk about the game. I don't want to do this right now.
COVID ring counts too, guys. All right.
Hell no.
I'm sorry. I don't want to do this.
I mean, shit, that's the same thing as saying.
Here you go. I
ain't about to get into that because
let's leave us alone.
That's crazy.
Let's leave
Because this playoffs right here, like, there's a lot of injuries going on. So you try to say, like,
I feel you. Bro.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't diminish somebody something just because
I feel you because then
I have credited LeBron.
But they
every
didn't.
single championship except
But they didn't take a 4-month break and then just come back and just play with.
But everybody did that though, and like just LeBron take the 4-month break. Everybody take the breaks.
I felt you, and certain people got help. Got injured. I mean, was healthy when they came back. That wasn't healthy when they got
Some people had.
Hey, think about it like this.
Was in a box.
Hey, think about it like this. And this right here gonna end all that bubble talk for certain people. Remember how the Pelicans play inside that bubble? Remember how Lonzo play inside that bubble? That shit ain't easy.
Okay.
Just come back after a couple of months and get back on the road.
That's the point. More point. That just proves my point. That just proves
my
point.
You got an older team,
all right. So what I'm saying about Lonzo that he couldn't get his game up the par, like he been playing.
He didn't want to be there. He only had to play 7 games. He didn't want to have to be there.
Yeah, but the boy want them in the playoffs. Like you still got to. So you trying to say Lonzo don't play in the playoffs and he nailed it? So he wanted the type of niggas that nail shit.
Only Braun wanted his ring so bad that year.
He didn't want to go there.
Bro, you don't think Jimmy Butler won a ring that year?
Remember what Pat Bev said?
You don't think Jimmy Butler won a ring that year?
Pat Bev said, if Braun going, we got to play.
You don't think? No, listen to what y'all saying. You don't think Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum won a ring that year? You don't think
Jimmy Butler wanted to charge people $20 for coffee. That's what he was trying to do.
All you got to do is say Zoe's name, and here comes Sky.
Right.
Okay, Sky, you might as well pull up, man. You done bend the block, so you might as well pull up.
Y'all clowning them boy for that championship year, but at the end of the day, at least them boy come to play. What's Zoe doing?
Here we go.
Of course he came to play. Adam Silver told him they were going to play.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like,
y'all want to get paid and keep playing, you better go to this bubble.
Y'all diminishing how them boy had. Y'all diminishing the ring because of what? Because y'all say Braun don't play.
That's how I'm looking right now. When every time Sky or No Panic brings up Zoe, like, what's your agenda?
Right?
No, I bring Zoe up because of this right here. I bring it up because of this right here. So you telling me Zoe get to the bubble and he bail it in?
How did Zoe go from Curry?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm talking about Curry. I'm talking about LeBron.
No, we ain't talking about LeBron.
I mean LeBron.
The reason I say that because y'all saying, well, Rave saying that LeBron going to the bubble and the championship don't count. And what I saying is, okay, Zoe going to the bubble and he played basketball. You can't say because people take months off that he been harder. I mean, not harder that ain't nobody won't play.
All
Jimmy
right, how
Butler
about
want to
this?
play. Jason Tatum want to play.
Shout
How
out
When
to
the
about this?
Ball
Bears get
Facts in
put
the
up,
chat.
How about this?
That's right, Ball Facts.
Donovan Mitchell
Don't let
crying.
him make it.
Yo, your boy Giannis says, right? Your boy Giannis says, "Oh, I couldn't play in the bubble because we had no fans. I'm used to my fans, right?" Boom. The next season, he got fans. Boom, he win a championship.
Hey, Paul
Yeah,
George
and then,
said,
but y'all don't knock that championship, even though a lot of players get hurt that series.
hey,
Remember now,
People
they
hey,
get
beat a
hurt in this
next
series
team
all
in
the
7
time,
that but missing 2 of their best players. Well, one of their best players and the other one been half a man.
hey,
bro.
Belize,
But
hey,
y'all don't
People
say
Belize,
get
nothing about that
yo.
though.
You got to
hey,
That's
remember,
crazy.
Paul George.
Carmelo got injured in the Shaq got injured when the Lakers were playing against Detroit, but we count Detroit championship
That's
too,
why I'm
right?
saying like y'all
We
take every
do
championship. Y'all can't keep taking the
because
championship away because of what y'all feel like you should be taken
nah,
away
we
for.
took it away because
Let
they
me,
took
okay,
four.
let me
They
say
took a
this. Let me
whole
say
couple
this,
months
man.
off,
But
and they made
everybody
this
did
one
that.
thing.
You got to bring up something that one
Hold
person ain't did, the other one did.
This was the first time ever happened.
I could
That's
bring
why.
something up.
Belize, hold
I
up,
could
Belize,
bring
hold up,
something
Belize,
up.
hold up,
This was
Belize.
the
Wait,
first
wait,
time ever
wait,
happened.
wait.
So
Hold up,
that's
Belize.
why.
I got
Let me
Rave. I
say,
got this. I got this.
all right, Rico.
You do know that no panic. There was a report that the L.A. Lakers and a specific player was playing in Los Angeles at a replica court when the league mandated said that they were not to be meeting at all.
Yep.
Who
They
ain't
were
supposed to be
playing
meeting
in
at all?
some. They were playing in someone's backyard that was a replica of the
But
Staples Center.
that don't mean nothing. Everybody, if you got a court at your
No,
house,
no, that
you
no.
can
You
That
just
you can
nigga was
told
invite
you
somebody
training.
told
over
me
and y'all
tell
can
you
just play.
something that only they did that no other team did. I just told you.
Bro. You can
They
be,
were
But that's not
practicing when
a
they went to
bro.
competitive
I know you're
Philadelphia.
advantage
gonna
because
bring up
other
some,
teams ain't took advantage of that.
bro. Hold up, Rico.
What?
Hold on, Rico.
Nah,
The
like
rules
Rico,
say
let me
no,
y'all
say this. Let me
can't
say this, Rico.
practice and they
No, the
practice.
rules say y'all
exactly.
can't gather as a team as far as the
Ray, take
coaches
a
and
deep breath,
staff
Ray.
and everybody get y'all together. They ain't say nothing about y'all can't just get together and
Hold up,
hoop.
let me say something, bro.
They definitely they
And
got
I
together as a
clearly
We all know
team.
Mr. Glass couldn't have made it through no damn full season and a full playoffs. We all know
thank,
that.
bro.
Anthony
But
Davis
that
That goes
don't
with
definitely.
mean
Anthony
nothing if
Davis too,
everybody get the
and
same
LeBron.
amount of time off.
Dude,
Y'all
every
making it seem like Lakers ain't had no time off and they get to keep playing, but the other teams had to take 4 months off. Everybody had the same shit to go through. I will see if it's been an unequal playing
bro,
field.
you're
Like,
Not
oh, where the
everybody
Lakers get
has
to
a
play their whole
center.
bubble in LA with
Not
some
everybody
fans and the
has a
rest of them good.
center who is
that is
arguably the Finals MVP who
right.
is
Top 5
consistently
in the
hurt.
NBA.
Right.
But
Not
what
They
everybody has
two
Anthony
top
Davis.
You
facts.
guys really don't know how
that
y'all
don't
sound right
mean
now.
nothing.
Because it
You
was
gave
designed for
two.
them. Look,
No.
any more than
No,
4 weeks, any more
and
than
that's
4 or
why I
5
bring up
weeks, and Dude
Zoe.
would have came up injured.
That's
Y'all
why
know
I
that.
bring up Zoe.
Look. You know what? You better off for saying this, right? If the New Orleans Pelicans, right? If the COVID didn't happen and the Pelicans was rocking, Zoe would have probably end up with a better season because the next season, look at Zoe's season with the Pelicans
I ain't
after
saying Zoe
COVID.
had all I'm
All
saying is
right.
was
So
Zoe
what are
and
we
boy
talking
going
about? He
back to the
played
playoff.
7
They
games in the
made the
bubble,
play
bro.
in because of
Leave
Zoe
Zoe
then.
out of
Because
this.
they
That's
would
Zoe
have
don't
had an
got nothing
easier
to do with
record
this.
at the end of the season. So they
Zoe
made the
don't
play
got
in
nothing
for
to do with this. He
specifically for
played
them.
7 games in the bubble, bro.
Belize, can I
And
say
he been
something?
trashed 7 games in the bubble. So
All
what I
right, and look,
mean,
and then look what happened.
everybody can't come back from 4 months off and
All
just
right,
hoop.
and look, and then the Suns went undefeated in the bubble. The next
Uh-huh.
season they went to the finals. So what?
Okay.
What do you? All right,
But
bro.
that's two
The Lakers
different
didn't even
teams.
make
So
the
you talking about the
playoffs,
Suns
bro. What are
before
we talking
CP3 and
about?
you talking about the Suns with CP3.
How many games Anthony Davis played since he won the championship?
No,
Like, what
the
are we talking
conversation
See,
about?
should
you
be
bringing
about
up
TJ
everything.
Warren.
Bringing up everything that you can't
Whatever
help.
happened to
Okay, even
TJ
help you.
Warren?
Okay.
Please,
But
somebody explain that. Because TJ Warren in the bubble was like one of the
he
most
was
outstanding
Superman.
players.
Right.
Jimmy Butler ended his
And all of a
career.
sudden, what happened to
Again,
TJ Warren?
He's in
played
That's the
dirty.
Indiana.
opposite, right?
He's
That's
in
the polar
Indiana.
opposite. So Zoe didn't play good, but the next season he did. TJ Warren played outstanding, but the next season he
But no,
sure
look,
didn't.
but Dex, the reason why I bring up Zoe to trash him. I bring up Zoe because they're trying to say, oh, everybody had 4 months off. That happened to LeBron and boy favor. When I said no, because everybody can't just come back in and jump in and start playing normal. Look at
Wasn't
Zoe.
Anthony
Zoe been
Davis
having a good
injured
season
before
before
Why?
that shit
COVID
started.
happened?
But why? But what I'm saying, why would you say Zoe? How come you didn't say Paul George or Kawhi Leonard or somebody like that?
Because he
Because
won
if
the
I say anybody outside of Zoe, they ain't gonna understand it. They only understand. That's like if you talking to a female, you trying to explain something to her, and you bring up something like, "Oh, I'm gonna put her in a position where I'm gonna put cheating inside of it." They understand it
what?
better because they can feel it.
Bro, pause, bro.
Hey,
First of
bro.
all,
Okay.
don't we talking to Ben here. Don't
I'm
try to
dead.
say
I'm
we
dead.
females and
Okay.
then
Let
you
me
gonna
hold
put
up,
us in
Belize, let me say something. Belize, let me say something.
pause.
Let me say something.
Wow, bro.
Okay, let me say something.
Hold on, what a pausing for?
Okay, let me. Okay.
Pause, bro.
Can
You
I?
can't
Okay.
say
What?
something
No, what?
like
No,
that.
hold up, Ray.
No,
What a
you
pausing for?
talking to a female. You talking
Can
to
I
God.
speak?
And then you
on
want
this?
to say
No, I
position.
see
Don't
that.
say you
See,
put
and then
Golden
that's
State
the thing.
Warriors
That's the
is
thing
up
right there. Just like how
11.
Ray was talking to y'all earlier when y'all ain't listen, y'all
97-86.
just were talking. Sometimes you gotta listen. I bring up an analogy of that because sometimes when you
Nah,
tell
that's the
somebody
wrong
something,
Andrew
analogy.
Wiggins
listen,
fouled on
Takashi,
a
listen.
three-point play by
Sometimes you
Luka.
gotta bring up a certain example for certain people that hits them in a certain place for them to understand. Some people don't understand unless they're feeling something.
Okay, I hear you.
Pause.
I didn't even say anything yet. Can I say something, please?
I'm from New York.
Let me say. I
bro.
didn't even say anything
Pause.
yet. Okay. Let me say this, okay? Because I see, okay. And I was trying to say something way before he broke up some Zoe. Anyways, listen. I'm gonna really end this with this. It's very, very simple, bro. And I know what you're doing. I see you're about to defend this LeBron thing so the dirt, earth, the moon, the sun is done. Listen. You can act naive all y'all want. Anyone who could come in here in a panel and chat act naive as much as you want. LeBron and AD at the time was 2 top 5 NBA players at that moment. They were 2 top 5s. I cannot disagree on that. LeBron healthy was a dangerous motherfucker. Anthony Davis was a dangerous motherfucker. You gave guys who are usually that go through a period of a season through the regular season, playoffs, championship, more likely ends up banged up or hurt. And every season we have seen from
That's an assumption.
and LeBron James to a long
100-86.
they have been hurt. So here is this one season where it's not no long period where they have a whole 8 months of rest. You're giving a guy who was for sure.
It was only 4 months, bro. It was 4 months.
They going from 4 months to 8 months.
It was 4 months. It was 4 months, bro.
You're giving a guy.
But you don't want to talk about
Don't
facts. You don't say as a
embellish
player.
the truth, Ray. Don't
Niggas say
embellish the
different
truth.
A guy who has an injury prone sign on the doctor's note. I am an injury prone. 8 months to heal, bro. And as what you call the top 5 player center.
Andrew Wiggins with the dunk,
they went out
putting
there
the game away.
Dominated, bro. And plus, think about it. You think LeBron James came into that bubble as clueless as everybody else?
All right, hold on. Let me just say this.
The man came in with
Let me
plenty
say
of
this.
information.
I'll give them their ring, and I respect their ring, and I will always respect their ring for this one reason only. R.I.P. to Kobe. That was Kobe year, and they took care of business, and that's the only reason why I respect that Laker ring for 2020. They did that for Kobe.
All right. See, now you're being facetious. That's not real. That's
They
not
had
true.
the black jerseys on. They put the number 2. Anthony Davis hit that shot and yelled.
It's like y'all more respect. Y'all respect like shit that don't even really matter.
Right now,
Let's get Nico. Let's get Nico take real fast. Go ahead, Nico Savage.
No, I'm gonna just say something real because they disregarding the aspect of being a man. So y'all know there was nobody allowed in there but them, right? Y'all know some of them niggas is losing their fucking minds.
Yeah,
we said that. We said that. Yeah.
Paul
George said he couldn't.
So why are we invalidating the great basketball we've seen when some of them really had to lock in? You seen one dude got so weak that he ruined his chance to play basketball. He got so weak that he.
You talking about House for the Houston Rockets?
He tried to sneak a
Daniel
female
House
through a crib with a crib. You know what I'm saying? He put her under a dinner table just to get her in there. Like you don't understand. Men were going insane.
Yeah, niggas was Don Mitchell.
Let Rico finish, please.
Yeah.
So the fact that they
still
go
not
there,
do all that. Okay, we is letting them go
ahead. So the fact that they can go out there and play great basketball, that ring should not be invalidated. There was a lot of great basketball we had not seen since played in that bubble. We seen the best version of Damian Lillard. We seen the best version of Jamal Murray. Best version of Donovan Mitchell. We seen. I'm gonna keep it real.
T.J. Warren.
That Jokic in the bubble was better than MVP Jokic now. That Jokic in the bubble was giving you
but they
unreal
don't want
numbers.
to talk about that though.
He getting MVPs now,
I'm just saying on the LeBron side. That's all I was at with it. But
even LeBron was playing some of his best basketball.
I'm gonna put it that way.
Sir,
80 giving you 30 and 40 every other night.
I'm saying this. Dame had to play all those games just to get into that seed, and then they lost to the Lakers respectfully. But I just feel like if it was set up kind of different, the Lakers would have lost to them Portland Trailblazers if it was set up a little like.
Come on, Charles
Normal.
Barkley.
In
Stop
my
it.
mind, because
Stop it, Charles Barkley.
I mean, not Carmelo. Excuse me. You said Charles Barkley and threw me off when I said Carmelo. My fault. But I meant to say Carmelo Anthony was playing great basketball in Portland at that time. Portland was playing great basketball, and I personally, I don't know, bro. It's tough, bro. Because then I don't know, bro. It's tough. But,
you know why your argument? You know why your specific argument don't make sense? Cause remember the other night when you were talking about how if the NBA players been saying, "Oh yeah, Jello's an NBA talent," then he gotta have to be an NBA talent. Yeah. No other NBA player said anything about that bubble ring don't count. So if the NBA players saying that he count, we shouldn't take their word for it.
Yeah,
nobody's gonna say that.
All right, so why are you making an argument but you don't count?
For one, because hold on, they're not gonna say anything.
No, hold on.
Okay, Ray, whatever you about to say, you basically need to tell him that about what they were saying about Jello.
Let me not do that. Hold on,
y'all be contradicting yourself every time y'all talk. Y'all don't be remembering the whole day later.
Let me answer that. Right. My argument was about LeBron rings, right? How I said his rings, like the way he get his rings. So I was saying about the way, right? He went to the finals how many times? Cool. How many times he got a ring? Cool, right? And my take was off that. So I was saying that ring, like over, like he could have got a ring with Lonzo, Ingram, and all of them too. He didn't have to do all that. That's what I'm saying. And if the injury, because when Anthony Davis was injured going into
Jordan pulled for 3.
He was injured. So then he got healthy over those 4 months. Ray said 8, but it was 4, right? Going into that. So that's all I'm saying.
But so what? Don't we want a healthy playoffs? Don't we want a healthy playoffs?
Cool.
Steph Curry with the boards. Good game.
Got it. Look, we got it, right? Like I said,
that playoffs wasn't even full playoffs. There was no fans.
Cool.
What the heck? There's no fans.
It's a playoffs. That's just like when you, if you ever play AAU ball, you understand they do that all the time.
Okay.
But they play 3 or 4 games a day.
Man.
Do you know? Okay. For one, nobody. To your question,
yeah, it's a good game.
Nobody's gonna question. Okay, who said what happened?
Nah.
Bro, you see Klay Thompson with the dimes, the boards, and the points.
We gonna see Warriors and Celtics or Warriors and the Heat.
So salute to the chat.
Okay, so to your question about what I knew.
By y'all logic, whoever won the championship this year, that don't even count.
No, it does.
Hey,
it's
I need y'all to
understand. Of a season.
I mean, by y'all logic,
I told y'all the Warriors is winning the championship.
It counts because it's a
Get ready.
Season.
I said the Warriors winning championship too. I said that early too.
I said they was gonna sweep Dallas before the series started.
The only team that's gonna give them heck right now is gonna be them Celtics. But the way they playing injury right now,
yeah.
Well, you know,
none of them
never
niggas
underestimate the heart of a champion, and I believe that these Celtics are champions.
I need y'all to understand this real quick, because the only niggas that gave them a run for their money were champions. They played LeBron James like 17 times, bro. He's the only nigga that could give them a battle. Everybody else got swept all the way up to the point except James Harden, and we knew he was going to lose.
Career. We ain't talking about nobody's career.
We talking about the dynasty of the Warriors. They've been whooping everybody ass, sweeping all the way until James Harden. Even he got his ass sent home multiple times. The KD got
Warriors
his
is nice, bro.
home.
Like I don't know what you got really, bro, but the Warriors is nice, bro. Warriors been nice since my boy Mark Jackson came in there and took over, bro, respectfully. And Curry, my man Steve Kerr just got to come up off of that, and he got the ring his first year. Congratulations to him and all of that. But he really got a polished team, and then they was ready to go. I mean, down to like Sean Livingston, David Lee, like all of them bad boys. Like them boys is really nice, bro. They really had squads over there. Like them Warriors, they've been holding it down since 2015 solidly, bro. Solid.
Hey Nico, my bad. All right, okay, my bad.
Oh, you good?
You're my guy. My bad.
Nico came in calling the game 10 seconds.
I guess I would say
everybody else as usual.
The Raptors ring is invalidated because they have to have 2 niggas die on the court for them to win that.
Hey Nico. Hey, I'm so glad you're here.
That's why I'm saying that we gonna look at all these championships and all these contexts of the championship. A lot of rings don't count of y'all logic.
No, they count. They
count, but they
count because it was throughout a season, dude.
Bro, that don't mean nothing. You can only do what you can do, bro. You can't say, because of this happened, blah blah blah.
No,
Everybody
they
had the same
fought
shit
through
going
a
on.
difficult
I
season,
don't
bro.
respect that, man.
Everybody had the same shit going
Dude, they
on.
went through a difficult season.
Hey,
And they went
GG.
straight to the playoffs, straight
You
to
act
the
like
No
COVID
championship.
only
travel, no
been in
travel. I hear
damn
you,
Draymond
bro.
Green
Milwaukee.
with a
Real shit,
bucket.
No,
bro.
Flight,
only
watch the
been
back.
in
I
Watch the
Charlotte.
respect
background,
that,
Flight.
but I respect
Watch the
that.
background, Flight.
no distractions in Miami, nothing like that. I mean, come
Right.
So
No,
Rave. So if Zoe had won the
What'd you
championship
say?
that
people
year, you
jumping.
would have stayed up in the ballot.
Keep an eye on the background.
Yo, can you
Facts.
imagine? Can you imagine?
I mean
Can you imagine
backstage. I
the
mean
right?
backstage.
No.
Excuse me. Keep an eye on backstage.
Yo, can you imagine? Can you imagine the Lakers and Miami, right? In the finals, and they got to go to Miami. LeBron actually had to go back to Miami, and them.
on.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that would have been so nice.
I
But
mean, they can't be mad at him. He gave him 2 rings. They can't
nah,
say,
yeah, but it would have been the crowd. Man, that would have been.
Hey, Nico,
Yeah, what's up?
since you're here, I'm so glad you're here. A guy that tells the truth about the Warriors. I try to give these guys the truth, but they didn't want to listen. I feel like I want to hear your take on it. I feel like it was a little bit of a surprise to me for the Warriors to go this deep in the playoffs. I know that they still have a guy named Curry, Clay, Draymond, whatever, and Jordan Poole. Couple guys. Andre Iguodala came back as well. I said that I didn't expect to go this deep just for the fact that Clay was kind of still coming off an injury. Curry's getting a little older. His shooting sometimes questionable. He's still a great 3-point shooter, but he's questionable. Draymond, that beard just gets grayer and grayer. You know what I'm saying? Andre Iguodala, he's a little old. I felt like the Warriors just focus on the future more. Especially, they are on a championship run. I can clearly see that. I had them beating the series against the Mavericks.
Damn, Ray, it sounds even worse. You trying to explain
I
it?
had that from the very beginning. I said that before I even criticized the Warriors. I said the Warriors should win this series, even when it was up nothing. It was 0-0. I also said the future. I feel like they should get ready to start thinking about the future. Probably even trade up Curry, but I heard they gave me good reasoning why not to give a Curry. Because he's a franchise player, but I would give up these guys. Draymond, trade him because their value would be no bigger.
Bro, what the hell are you
These guys are
talking
getting
about?
older. How do you feel about
that
it?
shit sound worse.
How you feel about it?
Rave already
Cooking
18 enough
yourself,
of Jordan
bro.
Poole.
How you
Jordan
feel?
Poole
How you
to
feel
think
about
he's
it?
a number one on
Sir,
the
I'm asking
championship
Nico.
team.
I'm asking Nico because he's real about the Warriors. Y'all not.
He
How you
said
feel?
give
How
up
you feel
You
about
Curry.
it,
just
Nico?
cooked yourself, man.
Well,
Yeah,
the
you
thing
cooked
is,
yourself.
a lot of players that do win championships typically are experienced,
Word.
and these guys aren't. Steph Curry don't look like Kemba Walker out there. He's taking care of his body.
Yeah.
He being his little incubator.
Yo, why you had to throw that shot at the New York kid though, bro? Damn.
It
I'm
got
just
nothing to do with
saying.
him being from New York. He injured. Leave it
Steph Curry
alone.
looks
But
good still.
damn, bro.
Like only
New
thing,
York
but this is my
point
only
guard
knock
stay
with Steph
taking it.
Curry. Too often you find him trying to take the
Pause.
craziest, deepest ass step back ass shots. Lately,
Tell him, Nico.
lately he's been catching and shooting more. Steph
Well,
Curry is the second best catch and
he
shoot
was
player of
50,
all time.
50,
Yo,
50,
look,
100
look.
today.
Here's my thing. Here's my
About that
thing.
50, 50,
Hold on.
100 today.
But wait, but Rave, hold on. And next,
Rave,
right?
but he didn't say anything pertaining to trading Steph Curry.
Bro,
All he
Steph
said is
Curry
he
is
takes
like
a fuck you
Steph
shot.
Curry is
I
like
agree. You
Kobe
gave me
Bryant
Nobody
to
I'm
the
thank
saying
Lakers
you,
right
thank
now.
you.
I
Like he said
agree.
anything to
Can I
address
address
you.
the players he
Okay, you
mentioned?
gave me for one. We didn't even get to finish it. Listen to his point because I believe I talked
Nico,
about.
all I want to know, would you trade Curry, bro?
You would have to give me an amazing deal. I mean,
What
Told you, get him
what
out
are
of
you
here.
talking about, bro?
but I mean,
But who?
what
I
could you
told
send
you,
for Steph
bro.
Curry?
No.
No,
What?
what the
It better be
hell?
Trey Young and something else.
Trey Young?
It's got to be somebody with his
What the?
ability. If not, then
So
it don't
why
work for
you?
that team.
Yo, bro.
Okay,
Hey,
so
go ahead, Nico. Be
no.
100.
Listen,
Thank you.
Rave, no.
Ain't
Come
no
on,
He
bro.
said
You
that,
you're
being
only
100
trading
You
though.
Steph
die
Curry
with
for
Steph
another top
Curry,
5
bro.
player.
You being 100
Yo,
though.
bro,
Yeah,
you
like
die
you
with
can't
Steph
trade Steph
Curry,
Curry
bro.
from regular niggas.
Exactly, Rave. That's
Bro,
not even
Okay,
gonna
okay.
happen.
Listen. Like I said,
that's
The fuck is
I'm not
wrong
even
with
too
you?
much. Hold up.
No,
I'm
Rave,
not.
no,
Okay.
Rave. You need to stop and listen for a second. You can't hear one sentence and be like, exactly, thank you. He's not even saying what you're saying. You can only trade Steph Curry, like Nico said, for another top 5 player. No one's gonna trade their top 5 player for Steph Curry.
Nigga, did
Jokic is not getting traded.
Did I say hold up? Did I say trade Steph Curry for a bums?
Like, don't add
You said
anybody.
trade.
I said
No,
trade.
but you said
I
trade him
never.
as if
Hold up.
it's a.
What's up?
All right.
You said
bro.
trade him as if anybody
No,
would do
I
that.
said.
No
I
top 5
said.
team is gonna trade
I
for him.
said.
My thing is this. The
Like
Warriors
the
itself.
Bucks aren't
The
gonna trade
Warriors.
Giannis for Steph. So why would you even consider this a possibility?
Because I said.
The thing is, why would you trade
Poole
Curry?
is playing
Period.
great. Clay got few. Listen, Poole is playing great.
Curry
Clay got
dies there.
some more, a little bit more years on him.
Curry dies there.
No one's arguing that, Rave. What we're
Curry
trying to
dies there.
tell you is your trade packages. What the way you're saying to make this trade happen, it's not even a possibility. That's what we're telling you.
You're making it. You're making it too deep
Why
on the
would
trade.
it
You
even
already.
be
It's not
proposed?
deep. It's not deep. It's very
That's what my
simple.
thing is. Why?
Wait a minute. Okay,
No one's making it deep, Rave. It's very simple. The
This
trade
is a
you're talking about would
far-fetched
never happen.
hypothetical.
Rico. You already gave
Far-flung
me a valid
hypothetical.
point.
Yeah, bro. Thank you,
He
Zay.
dies as a warrior, bro. He dies as a warrior.
Hold up.
He retires
I already
a warrior,
acknowledge.
bro. Are you
Can
kidding
you listen?
me?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Hold up. I
Not very
acknowledge.
likely he's getting
I
traded.
already said I acknowledge what you said earlier. There was a time where y'all said he's gonna be. He's like the Kobe where he's been part of the
Dirk Nowitzki.
Okay. So so you don't gotta put it so deep. I'm not so deep about trading Curry anymore. My point is they should. I was just bringing up. They should still focus on the future.
They're doing that.
He is the future.
What's telling you they're not?
Well, it's the future. Curry got 2 more years.
So okay,
I
and
mean,
then when
look,
he gets worse,
well,
they already have
Wiggins
Jordan
is what,
Poole.
like
What are you
26,
complaining about?
27? Wiggins 26, 27. Looney is like 24. They got Jordan Poole is like 21.
Yeah.
Moody is 20.
Yeah, what
Kaminga's
happened?
20.
I can't hear you.
Half their team is young players.
Why? Right? Why are we getting rid of
Yeah,
Curry?
what happened? On my fault.
You're saying prepare for the future like they don't got nothing but young players besides the 3 people you want to trade. That don't make no sense.
And they the
only
core
old
of the
people
team.
on the team is Iggy, Clay, and Steph. The rest of the team is young. What are we gonna change about them?
Oh, I forgot. They got Wiseman too.
Right.
Yeah.
Another young boy.
Yeah, they got people. Okay, they got people.
So please
Look,
stop saying that.
Only old players of the team
If
are the
anything,
2 greatest
if you
shooters
wanna
of
say
all
It
time.
sounded good in theory,
And a
Rave. I don't think you
facilitator.
researched it.
Yo, Rave. If you want to say anything, you want to say the Lakers should trade LeBron. There you got something.
Thank you.
That's automatically. I mean,
That's a
you
big
ain't
topic.
gotta ask me to say that. I'll say that right now. I'm big tired of him.
To the Clippers.
I'm big tired of him.
To the
Trade
Clippers
Zach LaVine
for
to
Paul
the
George
Hornets.
and Kawhi Leonard.
Nigga, what?
I've been telling you.
Trade him to the Clippers
all
for
for
PG
months.
13 and
Trade Zach
Kawhi.
LaVine to the Hornets for LaMelo Ball.
That's not happening.
I like that trade.
They don't got that money for Zach.
What?
For which one?
Well, they need to
Hornets
pay him.
don't got that money for Zach. Do they?
A sign and trade, they could do it. They could give up Bridges and Lonzo. I mean, LaMelo. Sorry, to the Bulls.
Ooh. Y'all need to.
I think they just threw
Hey,
Portland
y'all
in
might
the
have.
Zach LaVine
Y'all
talk
might
for
have
no
put
reason.
some out there in the public. Y'all better chill. They
Why
NBA,
not?
the media gonna be all over that shit. They go like, hold up. Oh, Fox Sports TV, they got something we don't know about. I mean, true.
That'll be a blessing in disguise. My opinion. Cause Jordan like that anyway. He gonna get an accomplished player in his mind since LaMelo was not, right? From what they saying, he's not ready yet. He's too flashy, all that, whatever they chatting about, right? Whatever Mitch was just talking about in that little interview he had. But yeah, if they want to go that route, why not? Miles Bridges wouldn't mind going to Chicago, I believe. He's from Detroit. That's like his speed. No rebuttals on that one, guys. Y'all all for that? That's a good.
Hold on. Deep H on the chat. Chris Paul is not working on his golf swing. Chris Paul don't have a ring yet either. There's a difference. Curry got rings. Curry working on his golf swing. There's a difference. Chris Paul, as we speak, is going to continue as we speak.
Zen.
Watch his
He
off
just
season.
said he was considering retirement, Rave.
Got you.
He just said he's considering retirement. So yes, he might be
Tom
working
Brady,
on
he's
his
a
golf
GOAT.
swing.
There's a difference. Tom Brady is a GOAT. That's football. He's a GOAT. There's a difference. Tom Brady is literally a GOAT.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. This motherfucker trying to get his 8th Super Bowl.
Right, nigga's a GOAT.
Like, man, go sit your old ass down, man. For real.
Facts. Nigga trying to retire a second time.
We love you and all. God damn, dude, give it up.
Go sit down, bro. Like, go sit down, bro.
Yeah, like let somebody else have it, man.
Facts. That nigga Tom Brady.
If it happens to him, he can't say shit. If somebody catches his ass and sends him into the next universe, and he don't know his name no fucking more, it's his fault.
It's his fault.
It's his fucking fault.
Facts.
You've had all the grace in the world to survive this sport, and you still want to test your fucking limits. Okay.
Facts.
Okay.
You know my man said, push it to the limit.
Wait a minute, hold up. We just had some drafts that broke records of the combine drills. These little young cats out here ready to hit, ready to run. All right, Tom Brady, keep being on that field. Keep being on that field, yo.
Yeah.
That nigga wildin'.
He gonna piss off the wrong offensive lineman, you know. All right. All right.
My boy Kid Austin with that knockout though.
Facts. That's facts, bro.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see the knockout yet, man.
Yeah, I checked that out on YouTube, respectfully.
Yeah, we got a video on that. We'll get to that in a second. But this was a crazy game, I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to the Warriors, man.
Is it a sweep or not? I'm asking the chat and everybody. I think I put a poll on it. Let's see what it's looking like. They're saying that people talking about the Warriors going to win it all. Are the Warriors poised to win it all this season?
Yeah.
No.
They're not poised to win it all?
I'm still riding with the Celtics.
No.
Celtics is a good take, but Celtics really got to...
They're not beating the Heat.
They got to come correct on the Heat, but, you know,
Been
it's
there
tough.
before. We had this conversation in the last round.
Nah, I felt that, and I respect that.
Yeah, Zen was in with them Celtics to get it. I understand.
I'm not gonna get worked up one way or the other this time. Y'all. I'm
gonna keep arguing with you because I'm a Laker fan. I don't want them Celtics to win nothing.
But that Bucks series was so emotional that I ain't got no emotion left if it's not the finals or unless it's like Game 6, Game 7, elimination game. Other than that, I'm like, yeah, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Cats to go talk shit, and I'm gonna have to take whatever comes my way. Or I'm gonna have to give what needs to be given. That's all.
I just hope the Celtics can stay healthy, bro. If they can stay healthy, yo, bro, you got it. I ain't even gonna be mad at you.
I think so too, but that's a question mark.
That is definitely where it's at, but
he playing some good ass defense.
It feels like Udoka is just again saving Time Lord for 6 and 7, 5, 6, and 7. It seems like that's something he might be consciously doing, holding him back until late games in the series.
That could
So
make
I'll be
sense.
interested to see when he comes back.
And I mean, the only reason I don't got Warriors to go at all because the Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler. Every time I look at him on the court, he just looks like I'm here to prove something.
He's a fucking man.
And we've seen him not successfully win the chip, especially in that bubble. He was giving it all. I mean, he was out of breath. His heart was pounding. He was giving it all. And one thing for sure, the Miami Heat are finally in that top spot. They're playing hit ball in the playoffs. So some consistency where I feel like the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler have something to prove. I feel like the Miami Heat should definitely win the title this year. We'll see how it goes.
Hey, can I make a comment real quick? Because I see LiAngelo Ball in the back, and every time LeVar Ball drops something, it's only natural for me to watch it. And it's been everything I've been telling y'all, man. I've been telling people for a very long time. LiAngelo can do everything. I mean, fucking everything that Lonzo and LaMelo can do. It might not be as cute, it might not be as flashy, but he don't lack the skill set. Just because you don't see him dribble, just because you don't see him run the offense, don't mean that he can't. I remember coming on here at the beginning telling people that when they were younger, and it was Lonzo went to motherfucking UCLA, and Melo and Jello was still there. They had Jello running point guard in for the Big Baller Brand AAU team.
Jello's cooking.
And LeVar Ball even said I had to move him from point guard because he kept pulling up at half court because it's an open shot to him.
Yep.
That's the thing. He got a score first mindset. But I seen LeVar Ball say he gonna come with something nice, which he gonna have Jello run point guard in the Drew League, and I can't fucking wait to see him throw them beautiful dimes on the point passes. Nigga can toss a basketball through a basketball shaped hole 60 yards away. Like, these niggas are amazing passers, bro. I know everybody can pass the ball well when you didn't play enough basketball, but they're special, all three of them. And I just can't wait to see Jello showcase his skill set, man. I can't wait.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people forget.
Who keep changing the thing?
Changing what?
Don't change it. Leave it on Jello. Go ahead,
bro.
Nico.
Only you and Flight do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nico.
I was gonna say.
Oh no. Go ahead.
I thought I was going. Go, Nico.
No, you can go ahead. I was. Hey, that's about it. I've been preaching that. I've been beating that drum for a long time. It's about time for y'all to see it.
I was gonna agree with you. Yeah, because a lot of people forget. Yes, they're different in their own way, but people forget they was taught by the same guy. They was taught to do what they do on that court: pass the ball, play both sides of the court, run, get after it, and do what you do. Them guys.
And not only that, they were taught by the same guy, they were taught together. So that alone everything. So they all know each other's skill set the best. So if you, it's just like it's like playing pickup basketball, right? So it's like, all right, cool. Now if you're playing 3-on-3, right? And you got like, you play 3-on-3 with these same people for what? Like their whole life. These guys is 25, 20, Lonzo being the oldest, 25 or 26 or whatever. So all of them years they've been playing ball together. Now they get on the court, no matter who they play against, it's like they got an advantage over them, automatic. No matter who the other two guys is. That's just basketball, like, duh, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, Nico brought up playing point guard. Nico, do you think LiAngelo Ball will excel at playing point guard, or do you think the move is a desperation to try to prompt him up as a all-around basketball player?
Well, I would say desperate move because that's a word.
Nah,
that word. I would say I would agree a little bit towards to show that he's an all-around player.
I feel like he could do point guard off the strength of his height alone. Like, his height alone shows that he's built for that height. Like, he could play that. It shows that way. He's 6'4". He had the body type. He's more huskier, yes, and he's fast. Like, he's clearly fast because I watched him run up and down the court. So he's clearly fast. His ball handle, I didn't really get to see it personally up here in person. So I can't really speak on that too heavy. But I believe he could dribble the ball up and down the court and set plays as a point guard. And then he could shoot clearly. So to answer the question, yeah, I don't think it's a desperate move. I feel like it's basically trying to show like the NBA had him in a box where it was like this is the way how they want him to play, and they're not trying to show him in no other play style. So the father now is like, look, I'm going to show y'all that he could do more than that, and whoever decides to pick him up going into next season is going to get the steal. And he's been proving everybody right so far. So it's like now we'll see. Now
So do you believe his in game on court vision is elite enough to play the point guard role?
Yep, because he played with his brothers long enough. So if his brothers do it, why he can't do it? And that's just
I don't. Okay, continue.
that's how I look at it.
I don't like Jello. I don't like Jello at point guard in the NBA. Not saying he can't do it. For example, bro, it's like this. It's like this. Lonzo's shown that he can defend the five. But do I want him defending the five? You get what I'm saying? I seen Melo do stuff that wasn't just point guard. I seen Melo off ball. But do I want to see LaMelo Ball control the Hornets? You get what I'm saying? It's like you can't. It's like you can see people do something and they can do something but that don't mean you really want them to do it. Jello Ball could probably play the point guard spot, but do I really want him at that point guard spot? Not really. I don't.
I think it'll be an interesting aspect and dynamic to see someone like LiAngelo who can control the floor with in-court vision. It's almost like what's the boy from Michigan State that won the national championship? Mateen Cleaves, like the body of a Mateen Cleaves, but structured. You follow what I'm saying? Structured in a way where he can be elusive. And we already know that he has a outstanding shot. Now, the thing that will be curious to me to see, how will he be able to pull up? How will he be able to stop on a dime? How will he be able to wiggle in traffic and then finish at the rim? That will be interesting to me, and that's what I'm curious to see. So I will be definitely going to the Drew League to check them out. They are scheduled on the slate to be June the 5th. That's when they will have their first game in the Drew League, and there's a possibility now that we could see the former Rookie of the Year and second year All-Star for the starting point guard for the Charlotte Hornets be available to play alongside of his brother.
Word. Yes, sir. I like that.
Well, I do want to say this, that's because one thing is I'm glad you mentioned the aspects of this game, because people don't see it. But that's why I don't really have too many back and forths with people, because I know when I watch basketball, I really watch in depth and I go over things over and over and over, and I try to understand it. A lot of people just say some bullshit. So when you're paying attention to Jello, and then you only go off what you see as a blank slate, you're gonna think he can't do shit but spot up, stand in the corner, and run up and down the court.
Yep.
But when you really dissect this game and you really watch all his film from being a fucking kid, because it's on the internet, that's what I don't think people understand. LiAngelo Ball has been playing basketball for a long time. These skills don't go away. You only polish them. He's not 35. He's 23.
Exactly. But see, we've seen Jello so long, a lot of time we tend to have a figment of our imagination that he is much older than what he actually is, because we've been watching him play. Same with Lonzo. A lot of people have this concept that Lonzo is older than what he is, or even LaMelo for that instance, because they've been in the public eye as well as some of the public purview for such a long time that we tend to think they are much older than what they are. Now, with LiAngelo Ball speaking about the point guard aspect, this is going to be something to behold. I'm telling you right now, get to that Drew League, go and watch this young man play. Listen, he's going to be surrounded by a wealth of talent. Trust me, LeVar has something up his sleeve. NBA scouts will be in the building. Media will be in the building. And I pray that we have Flight Sports TV in the building.
Well, you gonna be right there if you can make it. I mean, if I can make it, man, I'll fly out there, but I can't make it to LA, bro.
Also, go say to add on that, what we were talking about age, man, and it sucks though. It sucks for guys who've seen them these three brothers before. It sucks that we seen them when they wasn't separated. It sucks when we seen them where we seen other sets of their skill sets, like what they do other than what has been shown. Like what's his name? That's what Believe said. Like Believe said, the summer league and that G League only shown a limited of what Jello can do, and people who's not very educated on Jello, that's ready to see what all this is about, they go, he's just a shooter. He likes to run. You get what I'm saying?
That's what Nico was saying.
They'll never have a full in depth of it.
Could I chime in right quick on that question?
Yes, sir.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, sir. Salute, brother.
All right. Yeah, in reference to that question, I think what his dad is trying to do is give him an extra avenue. So right now he's viewed as a shooting guard. So anybody who wants to pick him up, they're going to pick him up with the view of a shooting guard. So I think he's just trying to give him an extra avenue of the point guard look. So that way another team might think about him and say, all right, let's bring him in as a PG, if that makes sense.
I feel it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's what I think he's trying to do right there. And then at the same time, what I think he want to do through the Drew League is train him also. So he's actually trying to use the Drew League to train him how to become a PG, in a sense. So just in case he does get picked up at that spot, instead of somebody trying to say, all right, we're not going to pick him up as a shooting guard, a team could say, all right, we'll pick him up as a PG, and vice versa. So I think the Drew League, what that's going to do for him, playing the PG, is going to give him the training that he needs. So he's going to get that workout in as being a PG. So at the end of the day, I think it's just a combination of all of that. Plus the third thing is actual promotion. So he's trying to promote him also.
Now, one thing happened last night. One of our beloved family members, brother, Young Lion, Young King, Young Bull, John, won a championship fight. And he won the championship fight in grandstanding. Our beloved brother, Floyd Kid Austin Schofield III, is the current champion, and he is undefeated. And when we come right back, we're going to talk more about LiAngelo Ball.
129.9 pounds. Undefeated. He has 7 wins. 6 of his 7 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, by way of Austin, here is Floyd Kid Austin Schofield the third.
Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to Light Sports TV.
Yes. Now, with LiAngelo Ball, another aspect of that is that he's training very, very hard, right? And if you notice, one thing about these ball boys, they can switch the paradigm within their game and still be successful. We've seen it with LaMelo. We've seen it with Lonzo. Now we're about to see it with LiAngelo. And when we see this dynamic aspect added to LiAngelo game, something that people will criticize him for, or the naysayers say that this is the reason why he cannot excel to the next level, is his ball handling or his court vision or the way to read and get others involved in the game and be a playmaker. We're going to see all this come to a halt. All of that type of criticism. He is being trained. He is practicing with some of the best ball handlers in the world. And with that in mind, with his shooting, he will fit right into today's the way everybody plays the game today. Basically, the ball handler is a main scorer. So when this happened with LiAngelo, oh my God, you better watch out. Can anybody chime in on that?
I think 100% accurate on it. I feel like, again, we already had glimpse of it. Like, we seen a little bit of it in the summer league. Now we're just going to see him basically fully unlocked. Again, last summer, if you've been following him, right? Last summer, he was going to play in the Dream League, right? But what happened? The Hornets kept him out there on Charlotte, right? And they kept him there. They made all those promises, bro. They made all the promises, and whatever happened. So we didn't get it that summer. So now this summer, He's committed to the Drew League. He's going to do it his way. I know, and I'm sure that's what LeVar wanted last summer. But now we're going to get it this summer, and I can't wait to see it. That's my take.
Can I say before I speak on Jello, I just also wanted to add on that Floyd, Kid Austin, y'all. Listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all gotta check it out. This guy is capable of knocking you out in that first 2 rounds, even in that first round. And I've seen it. I've blessed to watch at least 3 of his fights, and I'm telling you, that man is he's that guy. Especially and he's young too, so he got many years to even improve even more. And he's like that. So I'm telling y'all gotta check it out. Please check him out. But to LiAngelo, y'all, I want to agree with all y'all right now because I'm glad that all y'all can see that LiAngelo is on the road to finally get his more opportunities he can. He's on the road to add on to what people say he can't do, and also add on to what we all should expect now is film. And I say film because remember last G League, last season, they was all saying, well, we have no film on him. Only thing we remember him was, he went overseas, high school, cute. But we now have film on him. He's played a lump sum of games of the G League, even though it wasn't much. We have him in the summer league, and some players, even NBA players, has either posted through the social media world or talked about it on an interview that, hey man, this Jello's better than what y'all think, and they expect Jello to be picked up. And especially, we're going into the next season where Jello has film, so people can't use the excuse of they don't have no type of film on Jello.
Yeah, that's an A1 point that you just made right there, though.
No, fact, you got a lot of film on him now. It's like no excuses, but they still yet try to find excuses on why he shouldn't be in NBA. Like I said, it's kind of crazy to me, but his pops got him, bro. His pops know what he's doing, and I really believe this summer is going to be show and tell. And I'm really disappointed in the Hornets, though, honestly, bro. I can't really believe the Hornets dropped the bag the way they did.
And another thing is, man, this is even speaking to the haters. This is speaking to the doubters. Even if you're in this panel as we speak, questioning how does this work, I can always ask this one question, and I don't think I can get an answer from a hater. If you doubt Zoe so much, if you have your little questions about Melo, if you say Jello ain't ready, he ain't this, why are y'all so afraid for all of them to come together and play on the team? Every time we speak on it, it's an issue. Yeah, we want Zoe and Jello and Melo to play together against y'all. It's an issue, though. Y'all do what the media and the people who are against it will do everything in their power to make sure it don't happen. But y'all be the main ones talking about how Zoe don't do this, Jello do that, and Melo don't do that. But that's funny to me, though. Why won't you take on that challenge? Okay, how about Jello, Zoe, and Melo play against y'all boys? Since y'all really think y'all that good, how about you go see it?
I really believe them two together. They the real Splash Brothers.
Nah. They ain't ready. They suck. They not ready. That's funny though. It's crazy. But you're afraid for them to come together, right? That's funny. That's funny to me. The first ones to be really hating and talk about your downfalls and questions about them, but you be the first one to immediately hurry up and deny the 3 brothers to come together. Some type of bullshit happening. And you can't say that they're not doing something for it to not happen, because if that was the case, Jello would have been in this league by now. Because Jello most definitely fits in this type of NBA. It's all about 3-pointers.
They was on it
If
before.
I'm not mistaken, these motherfuckers is
But
still voting.
he's adding a new aspect to his game that he probably haven't been worked on in a long time. So basically, these high level basketball dribblers and what you call them? What word I want to use? These high level basketball dribblers and ball handlers, they are going to remind him what he needs and probably also reactivate muscle memory since he hasn't played that position in such a long time. But I just believe that when we see him slim down, because he's definitely going to slim down a little bit, and we already know he has speed, what we want to see and know, do he have the agility to be able to go in and out of offensive set with fluidity, as well as take it to the rack. Some of the things that we want to see with Lonzo, but unfortunately we haven't seen it that much, maybe due to his injury. Can Jello be that guy on a team to handle an offense and run an offense with fluidity and get wins at the same time?
I don't think it's going to be hard for him because at the end of the day, he's already a shooter. So once you combine that, he's going to have that Steph Curry factor. So at the end of the day, if you're scared of him just crossing the half-court line, knowing that he could pull up and just drop one in your eye, that's automatically going to create the defense coming at him. All he has to do is just know where to pass the ball. I mean, once you add the ball handling to him, it's a wrap because now he could get past you. Easy, 1, 2, 3, boom. So he's just basically becoming deadly right about now. Once he get the handle, it's over.
This talent.
This Ted, man.
We don't really know how far he got. He probably already kind of got the handle. You know what I'm saying? For the fact that, like I say, his pops is saying he's willing to already put him in there, right? So it's not like, that's just, he not ready. Like, nah, he got to be somewhat ready. He not just going to throw his son out there for failure.
Nah, you're going to train him up. But at the end of the day, he's stronger. He's the strongest out of all three brothers. So you got to think about it. He's already stronger than all three. Once you get that handle, because what we're talking about is elite handle. So what he's looking for right now is elite handle. So once you get he already has the IQ. You understand? He already has the shot. And so once he has the handle, the elite handle, the man is unstoppable, to be honest with you, because he could just cross half court and just drop one in your eyes. So the defense got to worry right there. So now once you press up, he can get past you because he got the elite handle now. Plus, he's stronger than both brothers, so he got the body to go to the rim. And the only thing you need now is just make the right plays. That's all. You just got to make the right passes. The man about to become deadly.
Oh, shout out to the day ones, Unstoppable. We see you, my boy. He said Jello gonna be a bull. Big facts. Shout out to Unstoppable.
Shout out to my boy Ricky. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
What up,
We seen what happened with Kid Austin. We seen it. Live in color. We seen it, boy. We seen that shit, man.
Yes,
I've been telling everybody about that kid.
So, I mean, you was there, though. I mean, you was right there. I mean, give us some insight on how the reaction of the crowd, and we seen Paul Wall, we saw the concert, we saw Michael, 5,000 watts on the tables. I mean, listen, that event was just absolutely stupendous.
Yeah, Davis Entertainment, they really stepped their game up. They're doing a great job. It was off the chain. Me and Michael Watts, we got to holler. We probably going to do a swim party this summer together, me and Michael Watts. Talk about doing a swim party. I've been wanting to do a swim party for all my fighters, where they all can be in the same place at the same time. But it was crazy, man. I didn't get to holler at Paul Wall though. He was they had a lot of security around Paul, but I mean overall the event was great, man. Kid was upbeat. He said he wanted to show people his boxing skills because everybody said he just be knocking people out. And, he don't do no boxing.
My man,
but he kind of took on him. This guy here told him that he had never fought nobody. So Kid told him in the weigh-in that he was gonna break his face. So
he damn near did it.
Did that in the sixth round. Yeah, what's going on, Rick?
I'm good. Who that?
This Flight.
Hey, what up, Fight?
What's going on? How you feeling?
Man, I feel like Superman, man. Right now I'm like 41-0. In bouts. All my guys been winning. Also, Anthony Peterson fight this Saturday in Washington D.C. So I'll be there as well. And I'm hoping next year I capture my first world title.
Right.
Oh man. Hey, glad to have you here, man. For real.
Yeah, definitely glad to have you here. I see you doing a crazy job with Team Freeway Boxing. Like I said, Kid Austin, you got Rashawn Champ. Talk about some of the other fighters that you got. Give us the rundown.
Well, Anthony Peterson is probably the most developed fighter we got right now. He's 38, 1-1. He got one disqualification, they say, for hitting below the belt. So he's technically undefeated as a fighter. He'll be fighting this Saturday. We got Rashawn Champ, who's down there training with Kid Austin right now. Also, he trained with Ennis, Boots Ennis for a little while, for a couple months. Who else we got? We got Alvin Vermeer, who's training out in New Orleans. Also, Nafir Charles out of Philadelphia, who's 9-1-0. So who else? Who else I got? Titus Williams, who's 9-1 or 9-2, I believe. So I got a nice roster of guys that I'm working with right now. There's a couple more guys that I'm talking to at the present time, who I'm trying to get under contract and trying to work with. But I see big things for the box. We're also in negotiations with Caesar Palace, where I can start doing fights myself, my own promotion in Atlantic City.
Right.
And we think about using that as a development platform where we can take fighters and give them some time to develop. Working with Davis has been good, and me and Kid Austin's dad. We've been talking about a lot of things, putting the promotion company together, SF Promotion. That's coming along well.
FS Promotions?
Yeah. Yep. FS. Yeah, you're right. FS. I've been doing so much, man. I just got off that airplane coming from San Antonio today. Long day for me,
Yeah.
So I'm here at the house right now, just taking it easy and getting ready for my next move.
Yeah. So what was it like watching that fight live in that building? Tell us. It seemed like Kid Austin had the people in the palm of his hands. So, let us know what was the atmosphere like in the building.
Well, when Kid first fought in San Antonio, nobody really knew him down there. They didn't really understand, and that's more of a Mexican town. So the whole audience just about was Hispanic, but blacks are starting to come to the fight now. They're starting to find out about Kid. I say last night it might have been about 50 blacks in the building, which was a lot. The first time that we went there and fought, it might have been 5, blacks in the building. So blacks are starting to come out in San Antonio and support him. But it was electrifying, from the time that he walked inside the door, they start screaming his name and they really support him in San Antonio. He may have to change his name to San Antonio Kid.
Right. For Kid Austin, I know you got numerous fighters. And for Kid Austin, how soon do you think it's going to be to the point where he's like, getting notified by some of these bigger promotions and things of that nature? How soon do you think a deal could be in place?
Well, the guy that he beat last night was ranked number 20 in the United States. The guy was in 6. So that was definitely a step-up fight for him, which was easy work,
Easy.
And Kid trains right now, 3 times a day. I don't think anybody in the industry works any harder than he does. I could see him fighting for a world title in 3, maybe 5 fights.
Right. Definitely. I can see that.
The beginning of next year, maybe one of these guys, might give him a shot. Because, he'd been in the ring with most of them already and sparring when he was much younger, though, when he was like 17 years old. They thought he was just a little kid, so they would, let him come out and work out with him. But since he's grown up, he hasn't been able to get in the ring with most of them. But he feels that he's right there with all of them. With the Devin Haney's, the Shakur Stevensons, the Tanks. He feels that he can compete with any of those guys.
Right. You got Vashawn Champ down there as well. Talk about how him working with Kid Austin, what could that do for him as a fighter as well? It seems to be a good relationship brewing down there.
Yeah. Well, he went down because the guy that Kid was fighting was a lefty, so we couldn't find a lefty for Kid to work out. And Champ is a little bigger than Kid, so that was a concern. But Kid's dad said, to bring him on down anyway. Better have somebody big than nobody at all. So he went down there and he started working out. And he saw Kid's workout ethics and he just joined in. And him and Kid, started to like each other. And the dad liked Champ. The dad told me Champ's workout ethic is crazy. Even though he was behind Kid as far as his working out. Because Kid works out 3 times a day. Most people don't do the 3 times a day. So Champ fitted right in, and now Champ is doing 3 times a day. And Kid told me last week that Champ is keeping up, with all the exercises now. So that's definitely a plus. Champ don't have that background, that Kid has. He started boxing a little late, so he's playing catch up right now. But the good thing about Champ is everybody tells me, including Ennis's dad, Bozy, is that the Kid had a lot of heart.
Right. Talking about Team Freeway Boxing, you obviously are one of the top boxing advisors out right now. How's the politics of boxing, for you navigating through that world? How you like dealing with that?
Well, it's only really three bodies in this business that is really dominating. Maybe 4. You're talking about, Al Heyman, Bob Aaron, Eddie Hearns, and Matchbox. Four bodies. And if you're not really with one of those bodies, you're kind of like an outsider. But I don't mind playing from the outside. You can ask Dex. I should shoot his lights out on the basketball court. He always
he never said that.
Inside on me, but on that outside, I would shoot his lights out. So I don't mind being an outside shooter, and that's where I'm at right now. But I feel like I can cut the pipeline off on them. When those guys, they got so big that they don't really pay attention to the little guys. They wait for guys to blow up, and then they jump on board. But I believe if you build that relationship up from the ground and from the streets, they won't be able to get the guys. And there's a few guys right now that I'm starting to get some cracks at some guys that's already established as well. So
right.
It's getting interesting. It's going to really be interesting.
I seen you were taking pictures with Ryan and a couple of guys like that.
I seen it on IG.
Like that on your radar?
Yeah. Ryan, I would love to work with Ryan. Also JoJo Diaz. Been talking to Silk out of New Orleans. Popeye out of Massachusetts. So there's a few guys. Gabe, been hollering at Gabe as well. Talking to Bone Adams about a couple of his guys that he got. So, there's a few guys that I've been taking a crack at. I took a crack at Ennis, at Boots Ennis as well.
Right.
His dad didn't go for it though, but we still good friends. But in the end, with the stuff that I'm bringing to the table, all these guys are gonna want it. They need it. If they plan on making the big bucks, without having a fan base, nobody wants to pay them big bucks. So one of the things that I'm going to teach these guys how to do is how to build up their fan base. We also working with a bunch of companies on endorsements and sponsorship. So we got a lot going on, and things gonna be.
And speaking of sponsorship, Rick, what I heard several times there was some TMT, the Money Team boxers, and what is the relationship with Davies, you, and the Money Team? What's going on with that right there, that collaboration?
Well, Davey is friend. Me and Davey is friends. Davey is Cameron is a smart guy. Most people don't really know much about him, but Davey's a really smart guy. I think that the company that he really got famous from is the Cruise Kitchens, where they build these cooking trucks so fast. But what he's doing is he's allowing the money team to take their guys that they're not moving and give them fights and build their records up and let them make a little money, because they're not having enough. The money team is not having enough fights. Al Heyman and them not putting on enough fights, so they're allowing their guys to go out and fight on other people's cards. And what Davey is doing over there is a great job, and I think that he's definitely improving. And me and Davey, we're friends. He signed Kid Austin. So Kid is signing him on a promotional deal, and we just build a relationship from there. Nothing for his business goes other than that. Right now. Now I won't say that we won't be doing something in the future because I really like Cam. I think Cam is brilliant. But at this time, we don't have anything planned. My goal right now is to get me a TV deal. I need about 5 to 6 TV dates right now a year.
Right.
I'm talking right now. Impact Network. Supposed to be getting a meeting with a guy from the Zone, and that's my goal right now is to get my own TV date to where I can put on 5 to 6 fights every year on TV.
Yeah, that'd be major.
Yeah, you really need that in order to take these guys to the next level. I'm glad you guys were able to see Kids fight because Kid has fought so many times and everybody want to see him, but by us not having a TV deal, nobody's been able to see him.
Right. Like you said, that's going to attract a lot of other fighters. It seems like you said the TV deal is very important.
Yeah, but the one Anthony Peterson should be fighting. I think I'll get my first title with Anthony Peterson. I think he wants to fight 2 more fights, and then he wants to take on one of the big guys. And we think that he should get a shot, by him being 38, 38-1-1. We think that he should be getting a shot because he's right there with all those guys. And technically, he's never lost. He's a little older than the normal fighter, but he's taking great care of his body, and he feels that he's in the best condition of his life. And a lot of those guys came through their camp, over there in D.C. From the Austin Trouts to the Adrian Bonner, Tank. A lot of those guys came through their camp to get lessons from them. So Anthony feels that he'll be in a position to fight, for one of those titles, either 35 or 40. Either way, he said he can fight it either way.
Right. Any questions from the panel?
Yeah, Mr. Freeway, I got a question. Speaking on Kid, right? And I'm pretty sure you analyzed and watched him. Looking at him, when it comes to fighting, these fighters, they like to categorize them. And when I watch Kid, he can do several things. I seen him test opponents out in the ring. I seen him size them up. But when it comes to his fighting, his punches be very, very quick, but it has power to it. And that's why he'll knock out his opponents, especially I've seen one of them where he knocked out a guy in the first round very quick. But it was fast when it happened that people couldn't even realize it because his hit is so quick, but it had power to it. So what would you classify his style when it comes to fighting? Like, is he a power hitter? You feel like he's all around? How you feel about it?
Well, when they first told me about Kid and the guy who introduced us, he told me that he was a mixture between Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard. He's hard to hit, but he hits with a lot of power. Kid does amazing things. With his footwork. His footwork is superb. If you ever watch his feet is one of his strongest points. Because he can go from southpaw to conventional fighting in like a split second. So he's just so talented. He's been fighting all his life, though. His dad knew that he wanted him to fight when he was a baby. And he's been in the ring. Matter of fact, his dad fought, and his dad said when he was a kid and he didn't have a babysitter, kid would be in the playpen while he would be in the ring sparring. Kid also likes to watch a lot of videos of old fighters. I mean, I remember the first time I put him on the phone with Zab Zuda, and he was just calling out to Zab his favorite fight that Zab ever had, and he was calling out punch by punch by punch, and Zab didn't do anything but just laugh. It was just, he just cracked up, to know that this kid had that much respect for him and love for him, to know exactly every punch that he was throwing.
Right. I see you all. We're about to get to another question. I see you all over the place. You're in Philly, you're in San Antonio, in various cities. Do you think Team Freeway Boxing is starting to ring bells? How you feeling? How you think the way their business is running?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's starting to take notice. They still, when I first got into boxing, and they asked me why was I getting into boxing, and I told them that I wanted to change the sport. And Jay-Z got in it and 50 Cent got in it, and neither one of them could make it. They're not asking me that anymore. Now they're taking me serious as an advisor and a manager, and I feel good about it. And this is just the beginning. One of the things about me is I'm a strategizer. So I like to play chess, even though I'm not playing on the board no more. But I really like chess, and that's what I'm doing now with the boxing. It's like a chess game, moving pieces around and trying to get in a position to really capitalize. You know what? I got another kid out here in LA right now named Kedar. He's been practicing over at Freddie Roach's gym, 150. I forgot about him. He's a national champ and international champ. 22 years old, 154. He'll be fighting next Saturday as well. I'm looking for great things out of him. People are going to really be surprised. Illy, I don't know if you know who Illy is from E! News, said that the kid showed skills because Illy was there the same day that he came out and auditioned for me. Illy was there. So he showed me that the kid showed skills that he's seen from some of the greats. And I take his opinion highly because he's been around, all the great fighters, from Canelo to Floyd. Matter of fact, the first interview I ever did with him was about Floyd Mayweather when Floyd had picked me up from the halfway house.
Quiz, you got a question?
Yeah, actually I do, man. Thanks. And shout out to Flight Sports TV. Great content as always. It's a pleasure to be speaking to the original.
The legend.
For those in the chat who did not know who this man is, y'all better recognize and y'all better do your research. But Rick Ross, I have a real question for you, brother. First off, I knew about your involvement with tennis and how you started before you became, before you started to, become notoriable, right? I didn't know about your background with boxing. So I'd like for you to talk a little bit about your passion for boxing and what is it unique that you bring to the table that's attracting all of this great talent like Kid Austin towards you?
Well, I've been passionate about boxing. Back in the days, I used to go to fight. So, but I never thought that I could be into boxing. It's kind of like, let me see how you explain that. You know how you in a position and you think like, oh no, I never could be involved with that there. That's too big for me. And that's the way I looked at boxing. But after going to prison and reading some books about how some of the great people started, I started to realize that all the great people start off, small, just like I did in the drug business. I started in the drug business with $50. Was the first piece of drug I ever had. And before I got arrested, I had days I made as much as $3 million in one day. So I understood that I could do it in drugs, but I didn't understand that I could do it in other businesses as well. So I thought about that. So when I left Dexter in Phoenix and came home for 6 months, I was only out 6 months. Well, during that 6 months, I worked with Henry Tillman. I also did a little work with Tony Tubbs. And I saw that I had a little niche, but my time on the street was interrupted again, and I went back to prison for 14 years and 8 months. That time while I was gone, I did a lot of studying, so I'm not the average bear anymore. My knowledge from the books has definitely grown tremendously. I was already street smart, and when I was in prison, guys used to talk about if you could mix the books and the streets together, that you could be unstoppable. And now I understand what they mean. Right now I'm climbing in the marijuana industry. I'm approaching to being one of the biggest guys in the industry. So with that being said, I'll have marijuana money, meaning that I'll have money that I'll be able to do anything that I want to do. If movies or whatever it is I want to do, I have the cash to back my pledge. That's really what I bring to the industry. And then I'm so liked in the hoods. I just left Nashville this weekend, and it was unbelievable the love that the guys showed me in Nashville. It was just crazy.
Right. We got Hoop Jargon in the building. We got the legendary Rick Ross, entrepreneur. You already know, hustler.
Absolutely.
One of the top boxing advisors in the game right now. Hoop Jargon, what's the deal?
Man, what's up, everybody with panel? Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Freeway Rick Ross, man. I just want to get in organically because I got a question, but I don't want to ask, him questions that he's been asked in this stream already because I'm coming in a little late. So I'm just trying to matriculate, on the slow tip. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. Ask what you ask.
Yeah, ask. Yeah, what the hell are you waiting for?
Okay, all right, bet. Because I know it's annoying.
Say what you want to say.
All right, bet. Because I know it's annoying when people probably ask you the same stuff, especially if they ask you tonight. You know what I'm saying?
They ask me the same question all the time.
All right, so let's get to it. Just to remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does it feel to be so mimicked, you know what I'm saying, of your image and literally your name? Like, how does that feel just walking the streets every day, man?
Well, in a sense, it feels good because I understand that I did accomplish what I set out to do in the drug business. Everything that I wanted to do in it, I did. And believe it or not, even including going to prison, because I made up my mind that I should go to prison for the crime I committed. So I was perfectly prepared to go to prison for what I did. But to see so many people, copy your name, your style, it's just amazing. You just sit back and shake your head and say, wow, you did it the way you wanted to do it. Because where I look at it is that I started my career the way I wanted it to end, and where I wanted it to end is I wanted to be the person that I am today, and now I have that, where I'm beloved across the country, especially with black folks. They really set it out for me, and sometimes I wonder even if I deserve the kind of love that I get.
And I like that. And I gotta ask you this too, because people speculate Snowfall is like a a roundabout depiction of what you have going. And what are your thoughts on that depiction?
Since you brought that up, I'm doing a show called After the Snow right now, where I go in every week. Me and David Mays from the Source magazine, and we break down the show, and they definitely use a bunch.
I think you had a phone call coming in.
Yeah.
The feds shut you down? Okay. I'm about to say, man, hold on. The feds watching.
Oh, we back.
Yeah, we back. You good?
CWE, please.
Are we back?
Yeah, you good?
Please
man,
handle
we need your words, man. We need your words, man. You spitting that gospel, man.
Sorry about that, man. Somebody called me. Yeah.
Right. Snowfall.
So when I started looking at, I'd never looked at Snowfall before because I was upset about doing it without me. Me and him was working on my movie together, and I felt that he slighted me by going out doing Snowfall, and he
Who slighted you?
Johnson.
Oh, the homie.
Yeah, your homie.
Right.
What happened? I missed that comment. What happened?
I want to ask another. I want to ask another question. Well, this is kind of crazy, you know.
Hold on, Flight.
I know you want me to finish that up.
I got to hear what you got to say
Let me
about
finish.
Snowfall, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's your channel. I ain't trying to sun
No,
you.
I know. I got you.
Yeah. I just got to hear.
We got a legend in the building. I understand.
John went out and did the. John went out and did the show without me. You know, he read my book and read my movie script and all the stuff that I had done, and then he went and did Snowfall. So I just felt, you know, that he should at least count me in or ask me if I wanted to be a part of it, and he didn't. So, you know, I just felt some kind of way. So I never watched the show until started the podcast after the show. And after I did that, I see how they use a lot of my sayings, my phrases, and the show is definitely based on me, without question. In some parts, not in whole, but in some parts.
Yeah, but why you say my homie, Rick?
Facts. Well, say Dex the ops. Dex, you the ops, bro.
Hey, somebody said the homie. I didn't know who it was. I just said not my homie.
What's
you know, we went to high school together, right? You know where he's from.
Yeah, I heard it. I know he's from South Central, but I didn't know what high school he went to. Washington.
Blair.
No,
Pasadena.
No, I thought they say it was from South Central.
Nah, he went to Blair High School.
Oh, no wonder.
Yo,
that's where the slick guys at.
That school, bro. She just hit her chest like, damn, I went to that school. My girl from Pasadena. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Your girl went to Blair?
Yeah, my girl went to Blair. I mean, way after.
Oh, she's smart then. You got a smart one.
Life's crazy, bro.
Basketball.
Right. So go ahead, Rick. I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No,
Snowfall. Stay on Snowfall.
Yeah.
Because that's big right now.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it, man. They use and they burn out though. You know the story. You know, because I watched last season and last season, I could tell from the earlier seasons how they running out of material. They really don't know what really took place in South Central. So they just kind of took the book and blossomed it and made it, spread it out in some places, and then used stuff they heard on the news. But they really don't have a clue about South Central.
Agreed.
So are they going to consult with you, or you have no conversation with anybody that's in production?
Well, I'm talking to 3 companies right now about doing a show about South Central, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to include other people that I knew that was in the game, that was doing stuff. I want to include them into the process, and not just myself, because you know my movie's already financed.
Right.
Just waiting to start shooting the movie. So
that's not cracking the system, right?
No. A real motion picture.
Gotcha.
No, we got a $30 million budget.
Damn.
Right.
So that's cool. If you want to slide a meal to me and you know, Flight and Dex, you know what I'm saying? We got
yeah. Hey man, nah, hold on, wait a second. All jokes aside, I can act. I'm telling you, I can act. I'm not even playing. No, I can act.
Listen, hey, bro, hit me up too. But I don't want no million though. Hey,
bro.
Nah, but all jokes aside, it's crazy in this boxing game. Not even the boxing game, like the situation with John Singleton. You know, how's it like coming from the streets and like the whole industry is like, you know, a guy could kind of just snatch your whole swag and just run with it and put it on paper and make millions of dollars, and it's like you can't do nothing about it. I mean, what is it like when this stuff is going on like this in the industry?
Well, you know, when you see people do that kind of stuff, you know they definitely not street guys, because when street guys, they don't want to use nobody else's name most of the time. Every now and then, you know, you'll get a guy and he's in the neighborhood and he gets so big that some of his little homies want to call themselves Little Him, you know. But for the most part, they want to get their own name. They don't want anybody to say they like nobody else. They want to be that guy. And when you see other guys take on your identity, going to why they didn't take the time out to create their own their own image. So,
Flight, I could pay homage and ask a question right quick.
Yeah, shout out to Hugo. We got Rick Ross in the building, the legend, the mogul, the entrepreneur, the top boxing advisor in the game right now. Hugo, what's the deal?
don't forget the Arthur.
The author, I'm telling you, we're going to be going on for days. The author, you know, go ahead. I ain't going to forget that next time. Go ahead, Hugo.
Oh, I thought somebody else wanted to ask a question. That wasn't me.
Well, whoever needed.
I want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Ricky, man, I want to ask, man, because, you know, a lot of people don't understand the underhanded game of, you know, what messed up our community, you know, via drugs, what have you. And how accurate is that depiction, you know, through the Snowfall thing, you know what I'm saying, that the government is funding the street game? Like, how accurate is that? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think the people, I'm sure you answered this question before. I just want to be known officially. You know, how accurate is that sentiment?
Well, the government definitely had a hand in cocaine getting into the country, if not directly, indirectly, with their knowledge that their operatives were selling drugs into the country. So that part is definitely a fact that the government was doing it. The way Snowfall is portraying it, no, I don't think that that's the way it happened. It's not the way I saw it. It's not the way the guys that I worked with carried it. They were more sophisticated than that. I think Snowfall is kind of unsophisticated show. You know, they're trying to be. I don't know. It's almost like they're dumbing the story down to me. You know, kind of the way they're doing rap music right now. They're making it really.
Ricky, I want to ask you, don't you think that's more digestible though? Because you got to break it down to a place where people can receive it and like enjoy it in an hour span and then move
Hollywood.
on. Do you think by doing it that way?
I think our people are smarter than what they play us for. I personally believe that what they've done is gave us things to show our intelligence in the way that they wanted us to show it in. And I believe that once our people understand that, almost like myself, you know, I never thought that I could be in the movie business. I never thought that I could be producing a movie. You know, if somebody would have told me 25, 30 years ago, you know, that I could have did a documentary as good as Cracking the System that would be on Netflix for a year and a half, I probably wouldn't believe him. I probably would have called him a liar, you know. But now it's done, you know, I'm like, wow, you know, that I would have 2 books out, you know, and 1 book selling close to 50,000 books out the trunk of my car. I never would have believed that. You know, I was totally illiterate. I couldn't read. I couldn't write. So how can I actually be an author, you know? I believe that the system has programmed us to believe that we should only think a certain way and that we can only go so high.
Facts.
All right. I accept that.
Talent had a question.
Go ahead, Talent. Yeah, I was wondering who needed that question. Go ahead, Talent.
Yeah, what's up, man? Salute to you, Mr. Freeway, aka Ricky Ross.
What up, Talent?
How you doing, brother? Yeah, I just wanted to pay some homage to you because I followed your situation from the beginning, and I just want to let you know that your progression is it's inspiring, and it's great to see you get to new heights. Definitely, man.
Thank you.
With that being said, go ahead.
I mean, you know, this system has made us to believe that the only way we should work is if the money is involved. And, you know, what I've learned is that the only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. So important thing is to do the work.
Damn.
You do the work.
I like that.
Yeah, that was powerful what you just said. Appreciate you on that. I just had one question in reference to Kid Austin, man. Based on your knowledge and just you being in the game, the time that you've been in it, and you having all of these people under your belt, based on projection, and like, where do you see him in like 5 years?
Well, I think Kid could beat any of those guys. You know, some of them have a better resume than he do from the amateurs. Maybe Keyshawn Davis, went to the Olympics, went to the finals of the Olympics. So his resume is a little stronger. But I don't know if his work ethic is as strong as Austin's. And I think that it's going to have to be tested inside the ring. I spoke to Keyshawn a couple of months back, and I told him, because, I tried to sign Keyshawn too. Me and Keyshawn talked for about a year and a half before he turned me down. And I told him that now I got somebody that could take him out.
Yeah, gonna whoop his ass for saying no.
Well, when they tell me, I go try to find somebody else that I could work with to one up them. I mean, that's the same way that I did when I was in the streets. Is I always tried to look for the best people that I could find to work with.
Right.
Definitely. That's all I had, though, man. I appreciate you, man. Definitely.
Thank you.
You mind if I ask another question, Flight?
Go ahead.
One last thing. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
So, Freeway.
If
I can call you that.
You can call me.
My brother, I grew up in the East Coast. And I asked you a question about your inspiration as far as boxing. On the East Coast, I remember the great icon, Mike Tyson, how he came up and he was the first dude doing these pay-per-views and whatnot. Did y'all find the same inspiration from Mike Tyson in the West Coast? And I'm asking you this to connect it to the fact that, Mike Tyson is still around. He's a legend like yourself. He has his hot boxing and stuff like that. Well, would you consider doing any ventures with Mike Tyson and maybe coordinating with him to try to get into the pay-per-view sector for some of these awesome fighters that you have?
Me and Mike talked. I did hot box with Mike. Me and Mike talked about going back into prisons and talking to prisoners about how they could better themselves. Mike has a passion for homelessness. He really wants to work with homelessness. And, we both in the cannabis industry too. So we're definitely planning on doing some things together. I just been so busy with my own stuff these past few months, with all the restrictions just being lifted about 2 months now. I'm able to go back out and do speaking engagements. So a lot of people have been calling me about, coming out doing speaking engagements. And I just been, trying to catch up on some of those engagements that I hadn't been able to do while the pandemic was going. And I
want to ask a question about I'm gonna get Rave. I got you on the next one. I want to talk to you about the marijuana industry. As you can see, it's legal in California, New York, and things of that nature. Have you been following how they're trying to put a bill in to legalize it and take it off the federal controlled substances? It could possibly be on the verge. Do you follow any of those things?
Absolutely. I definitely see them trying to take it and make it federally legal. For me, that's going to be great.
Right.
And I'll be able to import my brand around the. Right now, I'm in like four states. I'm in Massachusetts, Arizona, Ohio, California. So I'm in about 5, maybe 6. But I definitely want to take it around the country.
Right.
I believe when it's all said and done that I will have the biggest brand in cannabis.
Right.
Nobody other than Mike,
How soon do you think we could see something? When you think maybe about another year or two? When do you think? Because I know it is in California, New York, other states. I believe Chicago, of course, Denver, things of that nature. But I want to know about United States, U.S. worldwide.
I think that's
soon?
Another 3 or 4, maybe 5.
Yeah,
before it's federal. It's a lot. It's a lot they got to go through. Plus, the in the primary, and I don't think the Republicans are going to go for it.
Right. I heard about that. When it goes to the Senate, I think it could run into some problems. Right.
Yeah. When they go to the Senate,
because it got passed in the House, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. So now we are waiting for. We should probably get a word on that in about another month or 2.
No, I doubt if we're gonna get a word.
One moment, guys. One moment, guys. Panelists, if you're not speaking, if you could please mute your mics. Continue, fellas.
But you know, it's a lot. All the states are working right now to legalize it, but so it really ain't gonna matter what the feds do in a minute. Other than the banking, you know, the banking is still an issue because you can't put the money in a bank. But you know, Texas right now is working on theirs. I think Georgia's working on theirs. So pretty soon, anybody that's not doing it is gonna be, you know, the Lone Ranger in
right,
like Indiana. And as far as I know, they may be working on well. Because some of the places that went legal, I couldn't believe they went legal as fast as they did.
right. You know, and like I said, even in California and I believe in New York, certain jobs are not even testing for it.
Thanks.
Right. Well, you know, I think the NFL has already agreed that they're not going to be tested for marijuana anymore.
Thanks.
Right.
Which is a good thing.
That's great. That's great.
I'm just saying, I don't think we realize we're kind of getting close, but it might go state by state.
And Flight, even some law enforcement agencies are not testing for it.
Right, I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. But eventually, it's just going to be throughout the United States. But it seems to be some, you know, there's going to be some runaround.
I got
but I think it's going to go state by state. You know.
Well, I think we already 35 states are already legal.
I'm gonna let Ray go because I know Ray was waiting. So
I was only trying to say something because I'm about to leave, and I just want to say one last thing.
Right.
To Mr. Ricky, just wanted to let you know I appreciate you being here. Especially, I appreciate you being on Flight Sports TV. And also, I'm 24 years old, and as long as I've been here, a lot of people have seen me do a lot of talking. But me being 24, I've heard a lot of guys speak some type of wisdom that I've actually took in, and especially you dropping, you know, saying this amazing wisdom. I just want you to know I'm taking it in most definitely, and I want you to know that I appreciate that on a serious talk, because as much as I want to talk on Flight Sports TV, I'm also actually listening, and people don't really realize that or know that, because I'm still on that grind, that 9 to 5 grind, and I'm still working on my little small, you know, entrepreneur stuff that I want to go ahead and get started and build up as well. So I want to appreciate you. Just salute to you.
You know, a lot of things start real small. The oak tree start from a little bitty seed, great big oak. So just because you're small now, don't downplay that, because at least you got started. Most people never get started. You'll be amazed at the people that's in the graveyard with brilliant ideas that they never exercised.
Wow.
Amen.
Out of all the businesses you got, when we gonna get into some motivational speaking? I mean, that could be another lane, right? I know you probably don't got a lot of time.
No, Ricky, that ain't nothing new. Shoot, go on, drop the science, Ricky.
Yeah, I've been doing.
Ask that question a different way, if you don't mind.
Every time I get on one of these podcasts, you know, I'm dropping motivational speeches, because I know that the young guys, this is where they get the information at right now. So, you know, people ask me, why you go on places like Vlad? And I tell them, because I know my young guys, they listen to that. And when they hear me talk, they get game from it. So I'm already motivational speaking. You know, I spoke at Brown University, Stanford, UCLA,
Ivy League,
St. John University, Louisville, Kentucky, St. Francis, Illinois. You know, I've been getting around. I spoke at Morehouse's. I spoke to their football team. So I've been speaking. I've been doing my little motivational thing. And I don't know how many high schools I've been spoke at. I've spoken to so many high schools I can't even count. Even though I would like to do more, I spoke at a couple prisons. You know, I really, when I go to them prisons, I kill it. That's where I really enjoy speaking at prisons, because I can relate to those guys better than I can relate to guys on the streets. You know, I've been in prison longer than I've been on the streets now.
Right.
I got a question, if I can.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you, but it's your string, brother. Man, Ricky, I want to ask you, man. Since you said you go to these campuses, and I didn't know that, so that's information for me. I'm 38 years old, so I'm kind of an old head, kind of a young guy, whatever you want to shell that out as.
You're in the middle. You're in the middle.
There you go, middle-aged man. There you go. So I want to ask you personally, since we on this stream and flight, we got such a great relationship. So I went to a university called Prairie View A&M University, which is HBCU, Division I sports. I would love to try to go ahead, brother.
I said I know what Prairie View is. I was supposed to speak at Prairie View too.
Man,
go ahead. I used to talk to guys on the basketball team there.
Okay, so I played basketball at Prairie View. So I coached at Prairie View as well. If I can link with you some kind of way, if you can provide that, and because football coach Bubba McDowell, who played for the Houston Oilers, is a head coach there. He's a first year head coach, and I'll be honest, we have a hard time bridging the gap of getting messages to these players who can go so far. Because everybody loves Jackson State right now. Because Deion Sanders. If I can link with you in some kind of way, and it ain't got nothing to do with me. If you can talk to them Prairie View athletes, man, it would make my day and another day on top of that.
I would go out to Prairie View. I would love to go out to Prairie View.
Okay, so if you can provide me some way I can email you or contact you, because I just want PV to have access to your brain. Because I think
get my number from Dexter.
Okay, I'll holler at Dex. Okay, I just wanted to lay that out. And secondly, go ahead, brother.
I said you got that.
Okay, I appreciate that. I really do, man. Because I'm older. Again, I'm middle, but I want to give back to that with your mind. Like they need to hear from you, man. They need to hear from you.
No question. It was a few guys that played there basketball. I used to talk to about 5 guys on Fairview about 10 years ago.
Okay, and that's my error right there. Well, I'm gonna follow through. I'm gonna follow through all the way because I know how important it is. Like DJ Premier, if y'all New York rap fans went to Prairie View, and that's like I really take pleasure in people learning about Prairie View, and a person like yourself, man. You got so much knowledge, man. Like kids need to hear that shit, man. They need to hear it. They need to hear it raw and they need to hear real. So I'm glad you even had the bridge, but I want to kind of just finish that off. Secondly, do you sell a course? Because you mentioned the marijuana game, and I live in LA. I'm from Houston. Do you sell like a course to teach, people who trying to get into that game, how to set it up and how to do it? Because I think, from you, your word is gold. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever consider, or do you do it already? And I'm just ignorant to the facts.
I don't do it. I haven't done it. I'm working on marijuana grow right now. And one of the things I plan on doing is allowing young people to come near who are interested in learning how to grow, because I'm gonna have some of the top growers in the
I would pay you for.
I want to follow that up too after you're done with that whole jogging.
Yeah, I would pay you, Rick, for the course. So if you put that out there and just give him free game, and hey, buy this course $100, I'll show you 200, whatever you want to charge. I would pay you because you know the game like nobody else. So I just was kind of putting that in your lap.
Really, you could start off with my book, with my autobiography, because I break down in my autobiography my strategies, and I believe once you use those basic principles, it don't matter what business you go into. These principles work in any business that you go into, and that's why I'm able to jump from one business to the next, is because I'm using a certain principle that just work. It don't matter. These principles don't care if you're selling drugs, marijuana, cars, diesel trucks, doing movies.
It don't matter if you got a lemonade stand.
Yeah, these principles just work. They just principles, and I think that would be a good place to start. With my autobiography, and as well as with my other book, The 21 Keys to Success. Both of those touch on the principles that I use and how I use them, and how they have benefited me.
Right. I want to follow the question up. You stated that you was going to bring in some guys, black guys, for the business with marijuana. Do you see how it's kind of getting legalized, and these companies are opening up in New York and LA and wherever they're starting to, get it open, but you don't really see many black people in these businesses. You don't see them opening up businesses. It seems like we almost getting pushed the hell out.
You know that they're gonna push us out. I just left for Atlantic City, and they're talking about you need $3 million. You know, like ain't no blacks got no $3 million to put in no marijuana industry. You know,
Right.
so absolutely they're pushing us out, but we've been fighting back. You know, we started a program here in LA, and that's really how I got my license is through a program called Social Equity, and with Social Equity, we're fighting also so that convicted felons will be allowed to be in the game, because you know at first they didn't want convicted felons in the game. They were saying that if you had a conviction, you shouldn't be allowed to participate. But we went in and fought with them and showed them why they should allow convicted felons, because most of the guys that's in the marijuana industry, you know, people who got the $3 million was in the illegal marijuana business, but didn't get arrested because of the color of their skin, and now they're able to buy everything up. And why should they be allowed to participate in the game when somebody who paid their dues are not allowed to participate? So we were able to get LA to agree with us, and now what we're noticing is that a bunch of states around the country is following suit.
Right. Man, that's good. Any more questions for the legendary Freeway Rick Ross?
I got a question. Hugo Staccato.
Go ahead, Hugo.
First of all, I want to say shout out to Flight Sports TV. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the chat, and also shout out to Mr. Rick Ross, Ricky Ross. I got two-part question, okay, if you don't mind. The first question is, you know, you're a legend in the, you know, urban community, the Black community, Hispanic community, all communities. Everybody knows your name. I want to know, you know, you paid your dues to society. You know, you did your time, rehabilitation, and you're, you know, doing new and better things. But my question to you is, at any time during your tenure of serving time, you know, in the game, that you had like any, you know, time to yourself is like, wow, you know, yeah, I didn't bring the you know, all the cocaine and crack into the United States, but I sold it, and how it affected, you know, predominantly, you know, low income and Black communities. Do you ever like reflect on that, and how that, you know, may affected so many families, and how were you able to deal and cope and make sense of it all moving forward, and rehabilitating yourself, and just, you know, moving on to more better and bigger things?
Absolutely, I did 20 years too, not 10. But yeah, and while you're doing 20 years, you know, you go through so many different changes. Your life changes constantly over a 20-year time. I mean, anybody that's done time can tell you rehabilitate, and then you unhabilitate, and go back and forth. So absolutely, I thought about the causes and effects that I did, but at the same time, I had to forgive myself for the fact that somebody taught me how to sell cocaine. You know, I knew absolutely nothing about cocaine, had never heard about cocaine one day, and then somebody came and did what we call put me down. But you know, this young Black girl was in her early 20s, maybe 25, 26, did an article on me in Chicago, and she said from talking to me, what she took from the thing was there's no regret, only lessons. And I thought that she summed it up perfectly, because I really don't have regrets for what I did, but I did learn a lot of valuable lessons.
Oh, that was beautiful. That's beautiful how you stated that. Now, my second question is a sports and boxing question. Now, you see how, you know, like, for example, the UFC, where most of the times the best fighters, you know, the champion usually fights the number one contender. Do you think that in boxing would be more popular and much better overall from a fan base point of view and viewership point of view, if all the governing bodies from all the divisions eliminate, like, because some have 3 and 4, whatever, IBF, NABF, and all this type of stuff, sanctioning bodies, if they just limited the sanction body or governing body to one, where you just have one champion in each division, and where the number one contender of each division have to fight the champion?
Yeah, I think it would be better that way. But I mean, you can still have all the different belts but just make these guys compete against each other. Floyd kind of set a new standard with this undefeated stuff. So a lot of these guys are protecting those zeros, and I think that taking that away, where one loss doesn't mean anything, because excuse me, nowadays if a guy get a loss, they might throw him out.
Okay. Yeah, because I think yeah, I'm not so much against so many belts. It's just that fighters are, like it says, certain fighters are looking for paydays and things like that. And some fighters avoid certain fighters because they want that certain opportunities. But I think for the sport, I mean, all the top fighters, right, should be fighting the top five instead of evading that whole thing, because it doesn't, you see fights that's supposed to happen 3 years ago happen too late, and it's just not the same. And I think for boxing, it should be much better if fighters are fighting each other in their prime as opposed to when it's too late. What do you think?
Yeah, some people say Floyd Mayweather did that, so he waited on Pacquiao to get up in age before he took that fight. But yeah, I mean, and then you got to realize too, boxing is really show business. So a lot of people, you want it to be about tough guys, but that definitely is part of it. But at the end of the day, this is show business, and that's why Jake Paul is making more money in boxing than any of the guys who've been fighting all their life, who has all the credentials, and he has no boxing background. I think he's only been boxing about 3 or 4 years. So at the end of the day, this is about show business. And it's perfectly okay for these guys who want to make some money out of it. I take my hat off to Devin Haney for what he did. He took a pay cut, and he's going over to Australia to fight Gambosa. So there are some guys that's willing to put it all on the line to try to capture those belts. But me myself, at the end of the day, my job for my guys is not to make them tough guys, but to make them a lot of money.
Yeah. Speaking of that fight, who you got in that fight in Australia? Who you think is going to prevail?
Well, I think that Devin took on a tough assignment. They didn't let his dad go over.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I feel for him to be fighting the biggest fight of his life, not having the one guy in his corner that has been there the whole time. Is definitely going to be a trying for him. But he got an uphill battle. He almost has to knock this guy out. If it's a close fight, the Aussies are going to give it to their guy. So I thought Devin should have went over there a couple months earlier than what he did, to get acclimated into their environment and their time and everything. So I think he's made a few mistakes already getting started in this fight. But I'm hoping that he can put it all together and make a win out of it for himself.
What about
And I got a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, and shout out to Ricky Ross for his appearance and allowing us to invade some aspects of his space. Rick, there's another entrepreneur that's steady on the rise and is filling himself with celebrity and things of that nature. But unlike your infamous rise, his rise is more into sports. And I'm talking about LeVar Ball. What do you think of his peak and ascension into the viewership and eyes of America families, and his sons, Lonzo, LiAngelo, and LaMelo Ball?
Well, first of all, I think he's done a great job with his kids. They can say whatever they want to about him, but he's taken his kids and put themselves in a financial position, which, in the end of the day, which is the most important thing in my personal book, is that we become financially stable. Because it don't matter if you go out and you win the NBA championship, or you become the world greatest fighter, and you wind up like Joe Louis standing in front of one of those hotels, where little white guys is coming up punching on you, and talking about you don't look so tough. So in my personal opinion, at the end of the day, it's about the finances. How are you coming out financially? And I think that Mr. Ball's done a great job. I know he's in the cannabis industry. Somebody asked me last week if I would be interested in meeting with him in the cannabis industry, because I hear he's what they call virtually integrated, meaning that he has every aspect of the cannabis business that you can get into, and I'm definitely interested in meeting with him. I think that he's done a wonderful job with his kids, and hopefully, if they don't shoot another basketball, then their lives won't change financially.
Right. Great question. So, Rick, we don't want to take too much of your time. Is there anything that you might want to promote or anything? Did we get anything out?
Well, I think that everybody should definitely go out and get my books. My books are definitely worth reading, and I'm not just saying that just so I can sell more books, because I'm not hawking my books like I was when it first came out, when I needed the money to pay my rent and to keep gas in the car. It's not the situation right now. But the book, I wrote that book when I was in prison, and that book was kind of like my letter to the streets, giving up all the information that I had accumulated from the game and from being in prison, and warning the young people about what the pitfalls were. So I think that that's a great place to start. 21 Keys, about my first 6 months out of prison, the principles that I used to get myself back together. Definitely another good one. But for the most part, everybody, we just got to educate ourselves. We can't expect things to get better while we stay the same. If you want the world to get better, you got to better yourself, and that's the start. And let everybody know, tune into that Anthony Peterson fight next Saturday. I'll be there inside with my boy while he chases his title.
We'll definitely check that out. It was definitely an honor, Rick. Anything that we could do at our level, man, we're willing to do it tonight. We're ready to get to work. We appreciate you, Rick, man.
All right, thank y'all for having me on.
God bless.
All right,
good looking and salute.
Peace and blessings, brother.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, Rick.
Success.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Rick, that we have content creators all on this channel. Link up with them, spread the word, and let everybody know that we all family. So to all you content creators that comes on this channel and be on this platform, I just want you to know that my boy is available and we can shoot him to you. You follow what I'm saying? Especially Zen Master. I definitely want him to be on NBA Old Boy Zen Master's podcast. I think it'll be a definite conversation to need to be had amongst them two. They can chop it up about a whole bunch of things. He has great production right there. So Zen Master, just let me know if you're interested, and we'll try to shoot him over there to you whenever he's available. So nothing guaranteed, but hell, you guys are down with Flight Sports TV, and Flight Sports TV is down with you guys.
Well said, brother. Well said, brother Dex. Well, I know it's getting to that time of the night. I know, Flight, you ready to sign out?
Yeah. If y'all want to talk, keep talking for another 10 minutes. I'll let y'all wrap.
I thought you was ready to do the Russell
hold it down. I'm about to shut it down.
I thought you was about to do the Russell Simmons.
I'll give y'all 10 more minutes if y'all want to talk. Y'all want to stay on for 10 more minutes?
That was actually a really great interview, man. I'm glad. I'm really proud of brother Freeway Ricky Ross. I was gonna ask him a question. I didn't want to get too deep because he really got a blessing to get out of prison, and and there's so many brothers who are still incarcerated, and prisons are reforming. It's good to see that the world is changing and stuff like that, and it's good to see people like that who also give back and speak to people at the prisons, like him and Mike, who are passionate about that sort of stuff and helping people, to revive their mind and give them the hope of creating better opportunities and second chances for themselves. So I really appreciate you on this platform for bringing us the brother Freeway Ricky Ross, the original, not the prototype, not the duplicate, not the pretender. You know what I mean? The originator, the pioneer. You know what I mean? So, Flight, that's a real testimony to the work that you're doing here.
Yeah, and it was a blessing that he mentioned about Mike Tyson have a affection for the homeless, because my brother is deeply involved with nonprofit work with the homeless. He has started a basketball league. He had what you call like an after school program for the kids, for the homeless, and he had a building donated to him in downtown LA. Can you imagine that? A whole loft and he set up computers and different aspects for aftercare and after school. Dealing with your homework, so you could be in a nice comfort environment. You don't have to be worried about moving around in a mission and things of that nature. He had a real beautiful program going down there. He also had homeless people cleaning up downtown in Skid Row due to the fact he was like, and I used to help him with that. And he was like, you guys live here, so you don't want to be living in squalor, so at least clean up behind yourself. And he had a lot of people engaged in that. But unfortunately, former mayor of Villa de Gosa took that program from him and gave it to the city of Los Angeles without even compensating him. So, but he still works with the homeless. I'm going to see if we can link up with Rick and Mike to try to come down and work with my brother with the homeless, because those people down there do need to know that they're being loved. Most of them are vets. See, a lot of people don't know that a lot of those homeless people are vets. You know what I mean? They served their time in a war in one aspect of another, and it seemed like the government just, basically just threw them to the side. So I'm glad that Rick did mention that. I will shoot that information to my brother, and we'll try to link up and do something with Mike with the homeless, because my brother is really deeply involved with homelessness in Los Angeles.
Right on. That'd be powerful. That'd be real powerful stuff, for sure. Well, brothers, I'm going to turn it in. It was great being on with you guys as always. And Flight, thanks for another great, some more great content over here on Flight Sports TV.
Yes, sir, Quiz, and salute, and we see you tomorrow, brother. Hugo, you have anything you need to say?
Yeah, something real quick. Did you guys see that poster that Wiggins did on Luka?
Yes.
That was crazy, bro. That was that. But yeah, no, I don't got anything else. Yeah, it was a good stream. It's good to it's great that Flight can bring quality personnel to the panel where we can interview them and ask questions. So that's a good look on you, Flight. Thank you very much.
Yes, and also I had another guest that was lined up, but unfortunately she was unable to get on because the panel was cooking so tough and it was crowded. And she's a well-known celebrity. She has her own show, and she's a part of the couples retreat. So on VH1, I believe it's VH1 or MTV, one of those channels that has a couple retreat. So if you can, I was trying to get her on to promote the couple retreat and her endeavors with Fox Soul Network. So hopefully in the future we can get you on, sister. You know what I'm saying? You definitely a queen. You've been rocking with us. She's a good friend with Jamie Foxx. She's a good friend with a lot of important people in the industry. And when we get her on, you're gonna see this beauty. You follow what I'm saying? And you're going to be surprised. So, sister, if you're listening, we definitely going to get you back on whenever you get time. I know you just got off the plane from doing a photo shoot, but nevertheless, we cannot await your arrival. We are anxious to get you on and get that pretty face on Flight Sports TV so the people can support women endeavors. So, Flight, if you're done, I'm done.
All right, brothers. You guys have a good night. Hugo out.
All right. So thanks for everybody that was rocking with us tonight. We appreciate everybody that tapped in, whether you was on the panel, whether you was in the chat, or whether you were just viewing it through some form of a medium. Listen, it was hot. It was smoking. Everybody was doing their thing. And listen, we got more for you coming in the future. And like I say, people just pop up. I mean, Rick just popped up. You feel what I'm saying? It was an unscheduled interview. He popped up. Sometimes it's going to happen like that. It gets that way. So just stick around. Support Flight Sports TV. Hit that Cash App whenever you get an opportunity. If you can afford to, hit that super chat to keep these algorithms going. Like the video up.
Right. We're about to get
Please like the video up. And also, in my closing, you follow what I'm saying? Subscribe to Flight Sports TV. You don't want to miss what we got coming down the pipe. Subscribe to Flight Sports TV. It's free. All you have to do is just be here. That's the only thing we ask is for your time. You feel me? And then when you get that experience, you're going to want to hit that Cash App. You're going to want to hit that super chat. So salute, Flight. I'm out.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.